fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Wait a minute. I'm white.
I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
Oh, y'all ready for a show? Are you ready? We're about to start. Well, I'm here. I'm always here. Can you hear me? What's up, Greg? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
couple days. You know, we had bedlams couple days. You know, we had bedlam last night when the Jersey State Police decided that they had had enough, and media and protesters were thrown all in the same bucket, if you will, when they rounded it up. It was one of the most efficient things I've ever seen in all the different. And Chrissy's been with me in Minneapolis and Portland, and it was one of the most efficient takedowns I've ever seen by law enforcement in my life.
So I don't hear Quincy when he's talking in response, but hopefully you can hear me, Quinn. So here's my question. You saw that rapid response, right? The state local police came in, they cleaned everything up, and you know, in what, a few hours, everything is peaceful and ICE is safe. Why did they?
Guys, we're starting right at 7. 15 minutes
to do anything about it.
15 minutes.
Well, I'll say this. I think it did kind of go down like that. That was a really nice way of saying it. There was plenty of battle. The night we were here Saturday night, it was just like clockwork everywhere else we go. They had the Lululemon social justice warrior Karens left, and then all of a sudden Black Bloc moved in. And when Black Bloc moved in, the guys dressed from head to toe in black. They started pushing back on the barriers, and the police had to come in heavy. And then it just turned into bedlam. They lit fires in the streets. It was amazing we got out.
So if the police were able to come in and do something about it, why did it take them so long to do it? I know there was we saw over the weekend the violence from the police moving in and doing something about it. But why did it take, 9 days or 8 days before they started coming in and doing something about it? They were just allowed to be violent for 8 days before what took so long?
I think there was assessments done everywhere. And Mickey Sherrill, the governor here, was really trying to stay out of it based on she is technically a social communist. So, but I think her hand was played, and she gave authority to the state police to end this on Sunday night. And after the Saturday night bedlam, and I think a operation was put together, and they said we're going to make this stand on Sunday because, as you can see on Monday, we're down here in the harbor area, and there is 1,000 trucks. If this was bedlam down here, it would affect commerce for both New York and New Jersey.
Saturday night they came in with the horses. They came in with a show of force on Friday and Saturday night. Flashbangs, tear gas, all that type of stuff was happening those 2 nights. And then last night they did the curfew and locked it down quick.
So before that, because you guys were out there on the ground, before the police came in, and this is the thing that I think our viewers don't understand, and even on social media, everyone's like, who's funding these people? Why isn't more being done to stop it? Because you don't see this in red states. You only see this in these blue states, in these blue cities, that they're allowed to go out there, wreck all this equipment, and then finally, okay, we've let you destroy enough. Now we're coming in to do something about it. Talk about the chaos on the ground before the police showed up, what they were letting them get away with.
Nothing. I mean, everybody was sitting around. Like I said, there's different. What kind of chaos was before they shut it all down? And really, this is what I'm saying. They bring in the morning. The older boomers come in and they relive their 1960s hippie days. And then the afternoon, you get the Karens before they drop their kids off, pick their kids up from school. They all come from yoga class in their Lululemons. And then all of a sudden, around 4 or 6 o'clock is when the violence comes in, and the people in Black Bloc, and they come here and they come here for a job. That's why it's all over everywhere that things go crazy when it goes dark.
And they switch it up too. I mean, here's the thing: they come in at that time. They come in with the medical supplies. They come in with the water. They come in with the gas mask, and they start distributing it and passing it out with their comrades. And then by 9 o'clock at night, they're ready. They're amped up and ready to go.
DHS put out that they arrested 6 people, 5 of them morning from New Jersey.
Yeah, I know. We talked to, and that's the insane part about this, gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for bringing this information to our audience, because, I see Fox News out there, and I appreciate them. A lot of the other news organizations, the mainstream organizations, aren't covering it. They want to pretend this isn't happening. Fox News has been out there. I think they're taking it personally that they're attacking their reporters, and people are really upset about the horses, too. So it's good that the information is getting out there to the public. This shouldn't even happen for one night, let alone 9 nights. This shouldn't even...
I guess that's it. Cool. Hey, happy Pride Month. You want to see my pride flag? Look. Here. There. There's my pride flag. Anybody got a problem with that? You're probably in the wrong stream if you are, right? We'll be starting in about 12 minutes. Chad is currently in an X space, but that doesn't mean anything. He's probably going to leave. I mean, he got my message. He knows. At least he's going to show up. At least he'll be here. At least we'll have a town hall. And guys, I would like to announce something though. Hold on, let me get off of here, and I want to announce something right now that nobody knows. I'm about to. Pride Month is Demon in the middle. Darla, that's right. Hey, I'm gonna put that up. Hold on. Hey, I'm gonna put this up right here. Hey, there you go. Demon. Oh shit. We are currently live on Rumble and YouTube. If you'd be so kind as to, if you're not subscribed to me, please subscribe. I'm posting like multiple videos a day now. Here we go. We have our co-host here. Hey, look. Here's Tommy.
What up?
What's up? I was just showing everybody my pride flag. You see? You see it?
Yeah.
What's up? Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. All right. What's up?
What are you doing?
Making sure everything's working out. Hey, look how beautiful the place where Chad lives is. That's Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that nice, right? It looks like Miami almost. It almost looks like Miami. Here, I'll put this over here so you can see. There you go. Now you can see
That's
it.
badass.
It
It does
awesome.
look like Miami.
It does. So what's up, man? I saw. Holy shit, man! Did they do another round on your car or what? What the?
Yeah, we
fuck?
sold that car. Yeah, you can go live on mine.
Okay. You saw. Oh, yeah, that's right. You did sell it. I didn't know if that was a public knowledge thing yet.
Yeah, we
Hey,
got rid of it.
y'all lost the bet. He's on time.
I'm early, motherfuckers.
You are early.
Whoever
Holy shit.
doubted me, I'm disappointed. I'm very, very disappointed.
So if you don't have X and you didn't see my post, just let everybody know my dad is home. I went and got him. He has a gallstone that's super tiny, and he said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go home."
A gallstone? What's that?
It's sort of like a kidney stone, and your gallbladder is like a little rock, a little pebble.
You don't have to pee it out though.
Nah, it'll probably go away on its own, but he's fine. I picked him up on he was on morphine, so he's good. He was damn near singing to me. So he's not a singing guy, so yep. But man. Well, he's also 85, so everything that happens to you when you're 85 is a big deal. You stump your toe, it's a life-changing event. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, stubbing your toe sucks.
Yeah. Well, I knew a lady who was in her like late 80s, and she had COPD from like smoking. She had an oxygen tank and all this shit, and she died because she tripped and fell. And it had nothing to do with her condition. So like you gotta be careful. The little things will kill you when you're that age. So
yeah.
But he's all right. He's probably driving my mom crazy already. So she's probably watching. Hi, Mom.
Friday.
Today's Tuesday.
Ollie,
It's town hall
Friday.
Tuesday.
I just forgot to change the title. I just changed it.
Yeah. Okay. Does that make a difference?
Yeah, because the title said Thursday Town Hall. Thursday
oh.
podcast with Zach. Now it says Tuesday Town Hall with Chad.
Oh, my announcement. I was going to make an announcement real quick. Hold on.
Oh, God. All these announcements.
Well, fine. I won't further our business.
Shut up. I'm just joking.
I would like to announce to everybody next week's Town Hall Tuesday guest.
Oh shit.
Are you ready, guys?
No.
So, his X account says, I am running for the United States Senate from the great state of Arizona in 2028. Yes, I am a Republican who will represent all of you. Mark Kelly has to go. I checked this guy out and I found video of him. Now, some of you might find this scenario a little bit familiar. I found video of him on the side of the fucking freeway waving the American flag, screaming, God bless America at traffic. Tommy, does that sound familiar? So,
yeah, I do it all the time.
So next week's Town Hall Tuesday, I've already confirmed and talked to him, is going to be this gentleman right here, William Wheating for U.S. Senate. These are the kinds of people we need in office. You know, I want to tell a quick story about this guy. He was justified to it. There's no hard feelings, but he somewhat questioned why we wanted to have him on and why I cared about him, because I live in Texas and you live in Oregon. What the fuck do we care about Arizona? Well, last time I checked, that was still a state in the United States, and we need to elect as many conservative, patriotic, MAGA-based, flag-waving American people as we can. The guys like this is the kind. I did a deep dive on this dude. These are the kinds of guys we need in office. So we're gonna find out all about him. And no, he has a lot of cool things about him that I really like, and I won't dox the whole thing and ruin it for everybody. But it's gonna be a great time next week, and it's definitely gonna happen. Okay, so there you go. There's a special announcement. Tommy, take it away,
Special
Tommy.
announcement. I just want to talk shit to Climatics. I just feel like talking shit. I'm bored.
That's good. I like your new hat. Is that a new hat?
My shit talking out before Chad gets here because I don't want to talk too much shit to Chad.
No, don't talk shit to Chad. He's in an X space right now.
I can talk all the shit I want to Chad.
I hope he'll remember. He's in an X space right now. We'll see.
Shit. I could text.
I sent him a link. Just go in the X space and tell him, hey, what are you doing right now? Tony P's in the house. We got let's say hi to chat real quick.
There's division in a lot of places, but these kind of things and these kind of.
I muted Tommy.
Fucking mute me.
Oh, I can hear that shit through the mic.
So what?
I was gonna say
on what Chad's
okay.
And he's conversating. You don't mute, bro. If you mute, you lose. I can't even keep a straight face.
Okay, so what we have here, we got. Let me see the chat. We got Greg is in the house. What's up, Greg? Darla.
Of course, I care about Tinkerton, but
Dr.
He has me
Fish.
blocked on everything.
He's crashing.
He's kind of crashing out.
Is he still crashing out?
He's crying wolf.
I don't care about that views and stuff like that. Oh, I still have the pride thing up. I didn't even know.
And he's randomly messaging patriots that have never done anything but be nice to him, and just randomly texting them and acting crazy.
Proud
like, I don't
infidel.
know what he's going
like
through, but
I like that name.
I have no way to reach out to him because he blocked me on everything.
Tommy, did anything more happen to the person with the knife from Washington?
No.
Of course not.
No.
Heaven forbid they. I cannot believe. Hey, I'm gonna ask Chad about that, but I'm gonna show him. But I cannot believe that person brought their kid.
I can. That's not actually his kid. It's a foster kid. But
that's way worse.
He fosters kid. They let that man.
No way. Shut up.
Foster kids. Yes, he does.
No. There's no way. Are you serious?
Yeah. Very serious. And you see how he let that little girl act? Like I'm beginning to wonder if that was even like a little girl. I think it was a little boy that they got pretending to be a little girl.
I always give the guest the same instructions, guys. Feel free to join right at the turn of the hour. Right for Chad, it's gonna be 8:00. So I told him we usually go about 2 hours, but if we get to go in, he'll be long winded. Just I'm gonna be fairly quiet.
Yeah. Okay.
Who are you to talk? You got a lot of nerve.
I know when to shut up, which is hardly ever.
You heard it. You heard it here first, guys. You heard it here first. Tommy knows when to shut up. Carrie's off camera dying right now.
I know when to shut up, which is hardly ever. So
every time I'm quiet, people are like, "Hey, what's wrong?" Well, I can't be quiet for 5 minutes. No,
well, you look like you're pissed off that you have to be quiet.
I have rest. No, I have resting. This is my face.
You were gonna say you have resting bitch face.
I was. I do. I have resting bitch face. Yeah. Why are you laughing?
Oh,
Why do you think this is funny in there?
I do. Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Make you clean the fucking toilets, LaQuisha.
Oh, Andy No reported on it and said that is a little boy. It's not a girl.
Can we get Andy No on like in 2 weeks? Andy No, hi. We want to have you on our show, please.
I can text him.
The worst thing, I don't know why people would want to say
so many random people's phone numbers. I feel like a celebrity.
I actually have a lot of people's phone numbers too. It's so weird, but not as many as you though. You probably have because I have
like a celebrity.
You are a.
I'm not a celebrity.
You're like a. Don't take this the wrong way, but you're like a C-rate. You're like a C-rated celebrity. You're like, you know.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Well, you're not an A-list celebrity. You're not Justin fucking Bieber.
I never said I was. You said I am.
Yeah. Hey, like the stream, please. Subscribe to both of our channels. Really, honestly, Tommy TV, what's up? If you really want to support us, open both of our streams and just mute me or mute him, whatever. Well, it doesn't matter who you mute. Mute me, okay?
And buy a membership, and then buy me a coffee, and then buy me.
Do you have
Tesla.
You have that buy me a coffee thing? You know you can get that. You need
I don't
that.
even drink coffee.
No, you should get buy me a coffee. No,
I don't even drink coffee. Why the fuck would I have somebody buy me a coffee? I would more likely have like buy me a Red Bull than buy me a coffee.
Dude, it's not they buying you a coffee. It's like a way to tip. You know what? Never mind.
I know what it means. I just like giving you a hard time.
This guy. Hey,
did
you see this? Wait, did you see this?
You're gonna donate. You're gonna donate. I don't need to ask for it.
Where was that demon thing? Did you see this? That Pride Month has got demon in it. Oh, I think we lost it. Somebody type it again. I'll put it up.
Pride Month, and at the middle
is
the
demon.
middle five numbers is demon, or the middle five letters is demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do need to get a new megaphone.
Hello, Polybius 6617. Oh, I mean Polybius.
It's Polybius. It is Polybius, actually. Now I'm just gonna forever call her Polybius. Polybius, we love you.
Here, look, guys. Hold on, wait.
This month is Men's Mental Health Month.
We're gonna still talk, but I'm gonna mute this. I'm gonna play it though. Hold on. Wait. Share this tab instead. Okay, hold on. And then, am I doxing anything to share this just like that? Okay.
I'm the cult leader.
Look.
Let's go.
Look. I'm just gonna mute this, but you'll see. Look. I'm gonna do Polly a favor. Look, it's a game. Look. That's what her name is.
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
No, just look. Nothing.
Look. Is that what you wanted? For me to look? Look.
Are we still friends if I slap the shit out of you?
You can't. We're too far apart. So, yeah, we're still friends. That's all right. I've smacked a lot of not smacked, but fought a lot of my friends. Smacking is like kind of disrespectful. So we'll probably fight afterwards, but I'll still hug you.
Okay.
You'll still be my friend. We can fight and be friends.
And then we can talk about how you're so surprised that I picked you up off the fucking ground.
You ain't picking me up, man.
Hey, I'll tell you this. If I don't pick you up, whatever we do that night, dinner, food, whatever is on me. If I don't pick you up.
All right.
See, it's a game. Deal. Look, it's a game. Look.
Deal.
Look, it's a game. Okay, so.
Oh, Polybias, the game.
Yep. All right.
Oblivious.
All right. So now we're just waiting for Chad to stop talking in the X space and realize that he's late. I have a mute button for Tommy. Watch. I can mute him anytime I want. Hey, did you
that was fucking rude.
Did you click that link I sent you for the thing?
No, man. I've been out on my motorcycle for like the last 3.5 hours.
Okay, he left. He should be here soon. Yeah, he's getting a drink. He's watering the garden. He'll be here in a minute. At least.
All right, let me water the garden now. Then my girl's out the bathroom real quick before he gets here.
Okay.
That's a good. Thank you for reminding me. Pause.
So, let's watch this.
Terrors and behavioural changes followed those who played it. It was no accident either, if you believe the rumours. Instead, a secret project by a government agency, developed from military tech for the CIA or some other men in black. The machines were observed, gameplay records were taken, and then, after a month or so, they disappeared without notice, along with any shred of evidence.
That kind of looks like my arcade's carpet.
To this day, no authentic cabinets, boards, or dumped ROMs have surfaced. But there are some who claim to hold them.
Hey, by the way, guys, I don't know what I'm going to be doing Saturday as far as what's the content going to be, but I plan on streaming as soon as I'm going to wake up super early Saturday morning, and I'm going to stream. I'm going to take a break somewhere, maybe stream twice. I'll take a break and go have lunch with my daughter and whatever and spend some time with her. But Saturday, I'm going to do like a streaming type of marathon almost. You aren't live on Rumble? What? What do you mean I'm not live on Rumble connecting? Really? Oh, wait, I muted him. Hold on. Wait, no, he muted himself. You're muted. You muted yourself. I didn't do it.
Go take a piss.
All right.
Why is the screen black?
Oh, because because I was saying something, but it says I'm not live on Rumble or something.
Somebody said
no. It says 4 watching. It says 4 viewers. Yeah, we're good. Somebody said what?
Somebody said they got a good picture of me on some news place.
I have Chris Jarvis. I actually was telling Tommy about the Puppet Edgar's ghost video. What I was saying when Tommy came back and we had that question was that, okay, so Saturday I'm going to stream. Maybe I'll restream. I'll go back in time, right? And I'll restream someone out in the protest or whatever. Maybe I'll play a game too in the corner. But so Saturday, June 6th is my birthday. And so I'm going to stream on my birthday. So I just want to let you guys know that I'm going to do that. So if you want to come by and say hi, that'd be awesome. I don't expect anything beyond that, but just come by and say hi. Stop in. Tommy, you growing that beard back?
No.
You got to get that Jawser size thing that you.
Somebody named Proud Patriot said that I was on. What was the news station called, babe? Reflector News. Reflector News.
You just said Google the Reflector newspaper.
Well, yeah, if you find it, Battleground area.
I'm gonna be live tomorrow, probably a hella early in the morning. We're gonna be at OSP for I forget his name. That's terrible. But this father of a daughter that got raped and killed by this dude, and he got a life sentence, and he might be being released. He's doing a parole, so we're all going to be there tomorrow. I posted it. It's terrible. I can't remember his name.
Oh shit.
Cool. But yeah, I'll be live at like 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
7:15
June
in the
6th.
morning.
My birthday's on D-Day. See, Jim Joe, what's up? You're over on Rumble. See.
I don't see it.
All right. Let me see here. Let's just go. Let's just do it. Let's just do this one, and we'll do the lower one. We'll do this one, and then we'll go like 2 hours or so. 2 hours.
La, da, 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 da.
Well, I thought Wider Mike's court was this morning. It already happened, didn't it?
It happened this morning at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, here we go, guys. You ready?
Hey, what's up, big
what's up,
dog?
bro?
There he is.
Can you hear us
My
okay?
hair's coming out right here. It's been a long day, bro.
It's been a long week for you.
Yeah, dog. It's
Yeah.
been
Good
been a long
Lord,
day.
yo.
Long week.
How, like,
When did you get home?
I got home last night.
how are
I got
you?
home
Are
like
you
7,
Are you
I think.
good? Are you good? Because I mean, I saw a very. It's hard to see from your. It's hard to tell from your perspective, you know.
Yeah,
Because it looked like you were getting attacked. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm good. My ribs and all that hurt a little bit this morning. I was a little sore. But my head's good. I mean, I'm
I
telling you, I
heard
had
that
to,
shit.
I had
We
to
heard
speak.
him hit you with it.
Yeah.
Boom. I was like, oh, shit.
I can't believe I made it to the other side. I was like, and I just was on a space Trump Tuesday, and they're like, "Did you know what you said afterwards?" I was like, "No, what did I say?" And they're like, "I still got it."
Nice,
I played
nice.
a lot of football, man, and I'm telling you right now, man. Once I got crushed, I was like, "Poof, I'm out, bitch." I lowered my head and I was gone.
For a
I just went through every shield I could find.
for a second, they were making a Chad sandwich with you.
Yeah.
They were like
That was
on both
crazy.
sides of you. I was like, oh shit.
They came thick.
So
They came thick.
Are we on right now or not?
Yeah,
I
no,
don't even know.
Yeah.
we are on right now. We are
Okay,
live.
okay. I
We're
didn't see
live
chat or
on
anything, so-
we're live on both of our YouTube channels and my Rumble also.
Yeah.
Cool.
So a lot of
Hang on. What's your YouTube channel? Or so I can my wife
Climate.
wants to watch it.
okay.
so
Let
that she can tell
me
if I'm stupid or not.
let me send you a direct link to it.
Okay,
It's-
cool.
Yeah.
It's just my name here. That's all it is. But let me just send you.
Climatics TV.
I'm going to send you a link on X.
Okay,
in,
cool.
in,
Awesome.
our,
Or you
me-
can
in
go
our
online,
message.
Tommy TV, you know.
Or Tommy TV. Tommy boy.
No, it doesn't. Either
Son
way.
of a bitch.
You know, the guy that goes all over Oregon and tells people that trans women are men. My wife was watching a lot of Tommy TV. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
So I know a lot of people in our space know who you are and know your history and know how you kind of became this powerhouse in the movement. But for those of you who don't
That's
don't
kind of
know,
you to say. I appreciate that. I
yeah,
don't know.
well, you are. I mean, you are. Is there any other
He's
word?
a big boy. He's a big boy.
You Cam,
It's like me,
you know,
you know?
all you guys, you Cam, and all the other guys that go out there, Nick Shirley and everybody like that. So, how did you get this involved in this?
Well, it was kind of an accident, frankly. So my story starts in like 2014. I was a firefighter. I had on the job, I broke my neck, and I'm in a right to work state, and they told me that you only have so many days to get back to work or they're going to fire you. And I was like, this is from my chief. And I'm like, and I'm in a metro huge department right here in Myrtle Beach. And I was like, well, screw that shit. So I went to my surgeon and, they had to open my neck up all the way across here and fix my neck. And, I was doing rehabilitation. They're like, you're going to fire if you don't get back in 180 days. So I went to my chief and my surgeon, who was a really good surgeon and good dude. And I was like, sign this. And he's like, no, you're not ready to go back. I said, sign the fucking piece of paper. He's like, why? And I said, I'm not going to lose my job. I'm a firefighter. This is what I do. I don't know what I am afterwards. I don't know who I'm going to be. I don't want that shit, and I'm fine. I signed this piece of paper. I need to go back. He said, it's on you, and he signed it. So they gave me 2 weeks, and being laid up for 180 days, I really was out of shape. And I'm married to an Italian redhead that when she went to work every day, me and my 2 dogs were just eating like kings and, laying up on the couch. So I got pretty big, and I just started running, all 3 of us, me and my 2 dogs every day. We'd run 2-3 times a day. And I've always been a workout guy. So, I mean, I just got back into my workout stuff, and I was able to make it back to work. And 4 shifts into my new being back. And my battalion chief was awesome. He put me in a slow house. You know, I used to work on the rescue in the busiest firehouse in the state of South Carolina. And, we were the best, right? So he put me over here to let me rehab a little bit. And a 350-pound redneck lady, fell down out in the country in her carport, and she couldn't get up. So I went to lift her up, and when I did, my nerve canal collapsed in my pelvis, and I lost the feeling in my leg. I couldn't really feel my pelvis a whole lot at the time, and a lot of things happened, and I got hurt again. And I'm like, okay, well, I got hurt again. And as I was going through that rehabilitation, on Christmas Eve, without a phone call, nothing, on Christmas Eve that year, I went and picked up my mail and packages and whatnot for Christmas, and there was a letter saying I had been terminated from Horry County Fire Rescue for delinquency in work. And I'm like, what?
How is that legal?
Well, that's a right to work state, my friend. No unions, no nothing like that. And when you live in a conservative state, sometimes you got to deal with what that happens. And I'm not saying it's necessarily overtly agreed with, but I took it my own way, and I said, okay, I'm going to go talk to the county chairman, who dictates what the chief does and all that. And his name was Mark Lazarus. Very wealthy, very powerful man. And a third of the state budget essentially comes out of Horry County, where Myrtle Beach is, because of the vacation taxes and all that. So I went and I said, I need more time. I need to rehabilitate. I don't want to lose my job. This is what happened. It's all been documented, blah, blah, blah. And he looked at me basically and said, tough. And the Chad you all know and love came out. And I said, listen, Pencil Dick, just remember this. Remember me. Remember my face. And I left. And then they took away my workman's comp. So they basically fired me, took away workman's comp. I had to take them to court. And I took the county to court. I won that case. Ended up back pay, a lot of that stuff, but I was still fired. So re-election came around. I went to this one event and I started learning the game. That's one of my sayings when I give speeches everywhere. Learn the game, play it better, then you can kick their ass. But you have to learn the game. So I started diving into politics. I owned everybody. I knew who was who votes where, who does what. I mean, it was my job. That's all I did. And I found out that they have this big Burgess Forum is what it's called. And everybody running for office, from congressmen to senators to state house to county, are all there at this one particular event. I circled it on a calendar, and that day finally came. My beautiful wife and I rolled up, parked in the parking lot. I took all of my, I took my credit card, my wallet, everything. I handed it to her, and I said, "Don't you dare stop filming. I don't care if they're shooting me. Don't stop filming me. And you have all my credit. You have everything you need to bail me out. Do whatever you got to do." I was ready for a fight. And I walked in there and I saw the little old feller with the microphone. And I was like, this is going to be easier than I thought. And I walked up to that microphone and I let Mark Lazarus have it. I even had a secret email saying that firefighters weren't allowed to get involved in their civic duty in regards to people running for office. I threw it out there, and we're talking all the press was there. And I went at this guy so bad, exposing him for the piece of shit that he is, that he ran out of the building. He said, "I'm not putting up with this shit," and he left. And I'm not gonna lie, I stood there and was like, "What now, bitches?
Victory!
What?" And I went home. I was like, "This is great." I went and was working in my yard, mowing with my wife, working on the yard, thinking I got my pound of flesh, if you will, right? And my wife went in the garage to get something to drink, and she looked at her phone and she goes, "Holy shit!" And she's like waving me down. I'm mowing. She's like, "Come here." She's like, "Look at our phones," and all hell was breaking loose. I was so many text messages. Well, Mark decided, because he was a little bitch, that he wanted to call a press conference at the county chairman's office where nobody could get to him or answer questions. And he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, last night at the Burgess event, because this is the silly season here in South Carolina during the politicking, this is what happens. And last night, the Burgess event was taken over by union thugs." And I'm like, wait, what? This little prick just called me a thug, a firefighter that worked for him as public safety. You call me a thug, a criminal. Okay. And a union. We don't even have unions here. The fire union here is basically guys go to a bar and drink because they want to, get away from their wife for a day or something a month. There's no seat at the table to talk about pay or anything like that. It's just a brotherhood. I'm not a member of it, by the way, because it doesn't do shit. So I didn't ever join it. So he said I was a union thug, and my wife said, "What are you going to do?" And I said, "I'm going to go inside. I'm going to put on a collared shirt. I'm going to stand in front of this American flag in front of our beautiful home, and I'm going to let this motherfucker have it." And I did it. And I'm in my neighborhoods all standing out there, and I'm just going off on her filming me. And I went through a lot of things that were truthful, and the election was in 2 days for this, after that Burgess event. And we actually found a lawyer that we took up there at midnight of closing the ballots, and he paid to run for chairman and said, "We're all going to get behind you." He was like at 10% in polls. Well, I did this video and I closed it and I said, "Hey, Mark, we're coming for you. Horry County, get out and vote for Johnny Gardner as chairman of county. He's going to bring public safety back. And as for you, and as for anybody else, my name's Chad Caton, and I'm the thug firefighter." And that went to black. Bro, the freaking world. We're talking 40 million, whatever. It went super viral. And next thing I know, I'm receiving emails and DMs of firefighters, training with the whole crew, and they're all out there like this, doing this shit. And it says Thug Life across it. I had nurses with Thug Life on their knuckles. The support I got shit from London, firefighters in London, cops all over the world. And it was just, it just blew up in 3 days to the point where the noose was outside my house. It was a big thing. Long story short, Johnny Gardner spent $5,000 compared to Mark Lazarus's $1.4 million in their campaign, and Johnny stomped him like a mud hole.
So when are you running? When are you running for office?
Never. Good
answer. I like that answer.
I like the word retard and shut up. Those are things that turn people off. The evangelicals would lose their ever-loving mind. They like using me as a weapon, but they would never vote.
By the way, happy Pride Month.
Yeah, I have pride in kicking Antifa's ass. I do. I have a whole bunch of pride in that.
Well, can you see the stream? I have a special pride flag. Look at this one. Look at this.
Retard.
I did a whole video. I did a whole video like breakdown of it. But did you see how many there are now? Did you see? Look, if you like to wear rubber, you get a flag.
Mental illness, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is ridiculous.
And like three, like you could reduce this like 3 flags. It's so crazy.
You can reduce it to 0 fucking flags and just wipe out the ideology.
Well,
flying any of those fucking
the thing
flags.
for
funny story.
Go ahead.
I have a neighborhood. I have an HOA. They hate me, by the way.
That sucks. You live in an HOA
for obvious reasons.
That's terrible.
One of the guys put up a gay pride flag. He's not even gay. He put it up just to piss off his neighbor. So I'm like, oh, that gets to stay, right? And there's a lesbian group, and they're nice. And so I'm gonna put up the flag. I found on eBay or something stick figures doing it, and I was like heterosexual pride and fly that shit. And they lose their mind.
That is fucking hilarious.
The straight
hypocrisy is your greatest weapon, America.
The straight pride flag is just a series of stripes of gray scale. No color.
I like the stick figures doing it better.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's why I'm never going to be able to run for office.
Yeah.
There was people down here trying to get me to run for office or city council or something, and I'm like, bro, I don't know if I'm not trying to get into politics like that. Like
you say that now, but 20 years from now, that the landscape might be a lot different. You're still young.
I'm just starting doing something that I feel like I can make a difference, even though a lot of people talk shit. But It's the only thing I know how to do right now.
So,
you know? Yeah, if people ain't talking shit, then you're not doing something right. You know.
Chad, you still live in the Bible Belt. Is South Carolina still considered that? Do you have a lot of problems out there where you're at? I lived in Greenville, South Carolina when I was a kid. So
yeah, no. Yeah. Well, you get out of Myrtle Beach because right now in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, they're all moving here. We have the fastest growing population migration from north to south in South Carolina. Florida's full. And they're all stopping in South Carolina. We've always been kind of off the radar as a vacation place, but now we're building exponentially. So it's something like 85 people moved to Myrtle Beach a day, and 2 to the rest of the state.
Look at the background of the stream.
That's the Grand Strand right there. Yeah.
Yep. There's a reason. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
So, it is.
You go there a lot?
Now I got a bunch of people with my "Cat's a Democrat" sign and the coexist sign. So I mean, I wear a lot of fun stuff because I'm kind of sponsored by Grunt Style. So I always have the flag and the Grunt Style shit. And,
nice.
You know, Bernie Sanders came
my
here.
Whole wardrobe.
I wore a Commie Killer T-shirt.
Nice.
I got those shirts. I got a couple of those.
Yeah, I have an alligator Alcatraz hat and a.
Well, when you go to a Bernie Sanders thing, they really don't like Commie Killer T-shirts, and it was funny because the cops that were working it are my buddies from the fire department. And they're like, "Chad, come on, dog, you're killing me right now." And I'm like, "Wait, no. Bernie's a socialist. He said he's not a communist. I kill commies, not socialists."
Yeah.
So
that's fucking hilarious.
It didn't work. So nonetheless, I didn't get in, but it is what it is. And, you know, there's so many opportunities. And that's why I respect a lot of what Tommy does. You know, he does it with a lot of humor. Tommy has one of the most infectious laughs in the world.
I got it on I got it on my soundboard. I do. Look.
There's nothing like when somebody comes up and they start, Tommy, blah, 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 and he's like, he just starts laughing in the background like, I live rent free in your head, moron.
Yeah, I totally put it on my soundboard.
Tommy has the thick skin, you know, coming from the hood himself as a young person. I mean, I know Tommy's story. We've talked about it, and there's a lot there. He's got a lot to learn, and he's doing it. And you know, I've seen his compassion. I've seen his ability to be a violent gentleman, and that's okay. And I promote that. But
he has a lot of chill. Though.
I text Tommy and be like, dog.
He has a lot of chill though too. I've seen him
chilled out way much since the beginning, bro.
Yeah.
Like
you're learning the game.
So Chad,
I'm on YouTube, so I can't say the same kind of things that I was saying on X.
Chad, while you were gone in Newark, there was a situation over in Battleground, Washington.
Solid.
And this happened. This Antifa person brought their male foster kid. Yep. What? Yeah. And are they wearing fishnets? Like, what the fuck are we doing? What are we allowing this?
Yeah, he's nuts.
Yeah, he's psycho.
He is. I've dealt with him on multiple times. Last time I dealt with him, he was carrying a weapon.
How do you solve this?
I mean, and I'm all for Second Amendment, but trans mental illness should be an exclusionary thing for weapons at this point because we know how violent they are.
You know, I like to play in the minutia when people say things, Tommy, so I'm going to have to push back on you a little bit. And the reason I can do that is there's a lot of mental illness, and I work very strongly in the veteran and public safety aspect. I myself have had a PTSD therapist because the VA made me, and that under the same guise, right, of what's happened, you know, with trans people and their mental illness, they could say the same thing to somebody like me and any other veteran that comes back with it
opens up doors you don't want to open.
It's a slippery slope, right? And they, just like when Trump said, okay, we're going to get rid of bump stocks. I lost my mind. I'm like, you go after, which bump stocks are retarded. They're dumb to put on your gun. But at the end of the day, it comes down to where you have to make sense for everybody. Like, for instance, and this is a really great for instance, because I love talking about these nuances because we happen to get in our feels a lot as, you know, Team Trump or conservative free America or whatever. When everybody got arrested in New Jersey, I announced that, you know, my boy Patrick had been let out, and BG on the scene had been let out, and his guy, and you know, people are like, well, just wait,
BG on the scene. Okay, go ahead.
Just wait. But everybody was like, cool, they're out. But so is Antifa. And I'm like, that's kind of what amount of time you stay in the jail for curfew violation, right? There was a couple of Antifa that are still stuck there because they had assault on police officers or resisting arrest. But we can't just say, well, they're Antifa. We want them buried underneath the prison. I'm all for and will fight for anybody to protest anywhere. Where I have a problem is when you start getting physical and you start tearing stuff up.
Oh, that's a great segue. I want to know, what do you think the temperature between being out in Portland versus what you just experienced is? Huge difference to me just watching it.
Well, I'll say this: don't F with Jersey.
Yeah.
The state troopers there are no joke. I swear on everything holy. They went to the Giants and the Jets, said, do you guys that are play linebacker want to carry a shield tonight and go mess with Antifa down at the Delaney Hall? Those guys were running 4.40s, and every one of them were huge.
No, they look like apartment complexes, all of them.
They did. And I was impressed. I was like, yeah, look, they brought the big boys out. This is awesome. Well, until I got a shield in the head.
It's like it took them like a weekend to do that. and the Portland is going on 9-10 months now of just absolute
it's because
chaos.
Mickey Sherrill finally gave the commandant of the state police, who I had a great conversation with at one point during the day, and his first sergeant, and they were great. They appreciated us being there. They told us they appreciated us being there. That we're out there sticking up for cops and the sort. But Mickey told her commandant, fix this. And she didn't give a lot of parameters. And that's why she had to back up that she wasn't behind it all, because the commandant's like, we're going to do what we do and we're going to stop this. And they did. Now, there was mistakes made, and those mistakes are going to cost Jersey a lot.
I have a criticism of what the administration's doing right now. I voted for Trump 3 times. I was in like absolute mesmerized the moment he came down the stairs. I grew up on Trump. I'm going to be 48 Saturday. So I came from that generation where everything was Trump Plaza, Trump this, Trump that. So he wasn't anything new to me. I gave him a chance and he kind of changed my life. So I love Donald Trump. However, he's currently spending a whole lot of time on foreign affairs and seems to be ignoring the domestic thing. Do you agree with that, or you think I'm missing something? It just seems like
I think you're missing a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because what's the problem domestically?
Well, just with what's going on, like with Newark and Portland,
has nothing to do with him. I told everybody that when they were mad and they're saying that Mark Wayne Mullen should have stopped it. He doesn't have, he has no precedent. Just like in Portland, they only have so much area that they can cover as federal agents, right? I mean, they can go out in the street and do the thing, but if we start taking away states' rights, try that in South Carolina. That ain't going to happen.
So you think it's from the government, from the statewide government people is making the decisions, and it has nothing to do with
when it has to do with the riot aspect of it, outside of it, and the policing? That was all state. Okay. That has nothing to do with federal government.
Because how about the Insurrection Act and all that?
Well, if
you don't want the Insurrection Act. You don't want it.
Okay.
You don't want it.
Well, educate me, because I know a lot of our viewers are probably like the same boat.
All hell is broken loose.
Okay.
And that's the problem I run into a lot, and I've really tried to be able to get my communication correctly so I don't feel like I'm coming at people, because I understand the emotional context of all of this. But the idea of what the Insurrection Act should be utilized for in conjunction with what's going on are often vastly they're very specific, but often prostituted into emotions, right? So for instance, I tell people all the time, go to hot yoga, pick a night, any night you want. Find a hot yoga studio, go out there, sit in front. And if you see a bunch of yoga pants walk in there at 7:00 for hot yoga, we are nowhere near needing the Insurrection Act. It's that.
I don't think it's not even as bad as it was in 2020, like the Summer of Love and stuff. It's nowhere near like that. And
not even close.
They're trying to ramp it up. And I think since it's becoming summer, I think it's going to get a little bit more crazy as summer and the weather moves on. But I doubt it'll get crazy enough for Trump to ever do the Insurrection Act.
It's a death blow to the federal government, really, by doing so, and especially with, there's another no kings coming up, and by doing Insurrection Act, you're basically saying I'm the king, and you're going to have states like South Carolina, because it changes things, and South Carolina is a very proud independent state. At the same time, they're not going to have the federal government come in here. I wrote the Second Amendment ordinance of South Carolina. We are one of the first counties ever to have a law that the federal government's not going to come in here and take our guns and utilize our local police and state police. So there's a lot of proud states out there, Florida being one of them, that we all love and dear because it's so red. But at the same time, be careful what you wish for based off of the people that you think are causing the problem, when the problem doesn't dictate what is necessary. Just like in Portland, right? He was talking about bringing the National Guard. We're like, hold my beer. Let's see what we can do here. And we did it.
Yeah.
And we did it. So, and that's what happened in Jersey. Even though Mickey Sherrill didn't mean for what happened to happen, they squashed the bejesus out of that shit.
Did you see that BCP is still there and there's not nowhere near as many people as there was?
No,
and didn't they cordon it off to where they're like a quarter of a mile away from the actual ice
almost
facility?
a half mile on one way. You're a mile away on one end of the road, and you're almost a half mile on the other side where we were.
That's crazy.
Do you think a lot of this can be
the cops actually did something? That's what matters.
You think people like Spencer Pratt, who are running in LA, do you think electing people like that would help at the state, local level, like as far as?
Oh, sure.
Because I really like his messaging and his energy. I know he's a bit goofy with his song, but he's running against a fucking machine.
He is, and I would be very, after looking at polling and I mean, I think he has shown a way. I think that there could be some offshoot of a Spencer Pratt concept of politics. But I have a hard time believing that he is going to flip the Los Angeles machine. I pray to God I'm wrong. Now,
it would be a shock for everybody.
Spencer Pratt is a guy on the hills that chases around a blonde chick. At the end of the day, he doesn't overtly know how to run a city. Now, the thing I love about Spencer is that common sense plays a big role in actual good governance. So I believe that he's definitely learned what he's need to say. He's been educated on how he does things and what he does and does not know. But overtly, I would be very surprised if Spencer brings it home tonight. But if he does, that's going to be a enormous.
I know. I have it up on my other screen. I'm waiting. I'm just looking for the results when they start. Do you know William Wheating in Arizona?
I don't.
Okay, we're having him on next week. So I saw his campaign video. It was him on the freeway waving an American flag, screaming "God bless America" at traffic. And I was like, and he's running for Senate. He's running for Senate, and I'm like, oh, he's a good old boy. He's wearing a cowboy hat and he's got dirt on his jeans. I'm like, okay, this is the kind of guy we need.
But we also have to be cognizant, and I do a lot of, as the national field director of the Conservative Caucus, I do a lot of strategic, planning and helping candidates and trying to, I get phone calls all the time from people that want to run. I actually had a dude show up at my house, which was almost bad for him, but nonetheless, he was motivated but we have to look at things. Now, lightning can flash in a bottle, right? We can say we have somebody that drives around in a truck and got elected in New York or something with $150 to just put his name on the ballot. But that doesn't happen. That's not how the game works. You have to have an infrastructure. You have to have a strategy. You have to be able to get it out there. And the guy waving his flag on the side of the road, he's not a serious candidate, but who knows? I'm not going to tell him no. The guy that came to my house, I actually invited him in, gave him some consult and told him what he needed to do. And he said, I've got $200 in my bank account. And I'm like, you're pretty much screwed going after Lindsay, but whatever. Have at it. Go get him, buddy. And he made some good videos. He made some funny stuff. He got some press. And I think he'll pull a little over 10%, which in a field that can force it to a runoff, which can make a change. So, I think it's all there. But we have to be, what we have to be able to do is we need to find the infrastructure and the money that's going to be able to subsidize and push real concept conservative electorate.
I got a question about BG on the scene. Is he like he's out there, he doesn't say anything to anybody, he just records. Is he on like lean left or lean right? Do you know?
I'm told that I've met him. He's super, super, super nice guy. I'm told that he is kind of left. I'm told he's not nowhere near super, socialist, the progressive type. But I don't really want to pigeonhole him, not having that conversation with him, because at the end of the day, he shows it all. He is very pragmatic in what he shows, and his team
like
is.
his videos.
I have a ton of respect for BG and his team. And there's other ones out there, and that's another thing I get asked all the time. I roll with Sorter and Higby and BC was with us. Preacher was with us. And then the Bo and the frontline guys. Jonathan Cho. But the thing is,
Bo Diddle's great. I fucking love Bo Diddle. I've been watching him for a long time.
I can't stop watching Cam Higby almost burn his hat. It's so entertaining. I love it.
I call him and Sorter my autistic duo. They're kind of like the kid that burns his hand on the stove and keeps putting his hand on the stove, right? And I love them for it because they really care about what they do. And they do. But we all do it differently. Cam is the guy that's going to call you out. Nick will do the undercover brother stuff and get really good stuff. Me, I like going there and clowning and having commentary. I mean, that's what I did in Delaney. I had some great conversations. I actually had two African-American brothers that we were going to start a nightclub together when it was all said and done. And it was my dad, everybody's like, somebody roll up a MAGA merch truck. I think Chad's flipping these guys, and that's what I do with the conservative caucus is I want to have those debates. I want to bring humor and show them their own hypocrisy. And I'm pretty good at debate. I even did it in Portland. I still got two people that I got in their face and we had arguments and debated that are in my DMs, and I'm sending them stuff and they're asking me questions and they're coming around. They're realizing they were lied to.
It's hard to find
that's what Charlie said, right?
Person in Portland.
A lot of the times I see, a lot of the times I see the things these lefties say and the things that they think. It's almost like I always say this, that they've convinced themselves that the stronger they feel about something, the more it becomes a fact.
Sure.
And
we are in our feels.
They are completely like when how old are you?
I'm 50.
50. Okay. All right. So we're
I know, I'm very good looking.
We're really close to the same age. Like
you're 50. You're not 50.
Yeah.
There was this thing back in the day.
He looks way older than you.
There was this thing back.
Looks way older than you. That's fucking crazy.
What? You do look young. You do look young.
It's hard being a political sex symbol. Matt Couch called me that a long time ago.
Political sex symbol. Shut your ass up, man.
I know. Hey, Tommy doesn't understand, but I do. Okay.
Thank you.
I do. I get it. I got to beat him off with his stick. No, there was this thing back in their day, Chad. It was called Sticks and Stones. Remember that?
Yep.
What happened to that shit? Why is everybody like?
Well, Sticks and Stones are gone because the concept of an entitlement and that they've never been punched in the mouth. My favorite theory and philosopher in the world is Mike Tyson. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
I actually asked him for a town hall Tuesday. The worst he can say is no. He wants to plug his pot company, and I want to let him.
There you go.
What the fuck? Man. The worst he can say is no. I mean, so.
And Mike is a big fan of Trump's.
Yeah.
And he's absolutely right. Like in Tommy and Zach X, they proved it really quick. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Zach X got
people walking around the society today that have realized their plan was extremely flawed.
Zach X got
Most
approved.
Most of the people down there now stay out of arm's reach.
He got
don't get in arm's reach. People that know me,
He got enough signatures, and he's Zach X is officially now on the ball to run for city council.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hell yeah, let's fucking go! Bro, if he wins that shit, I'm gonna lose my
bro. Because that would be epic. Well, now since he's running for some kind of office, now if he gets assaulted or harassed or anything, can't it become like a federal crime,
like a felony or some weird sort of?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not.
That's unknown territory.
Please ask Chad if he got his peas.
If I got my what?
Peas? Like
peas?
Like the vegetable? Reno. What's up, Reno?
Why are you laughing?
I don't know what that means.
What do you know about that? Why would nobody?
Like, did you put peas on something? You got hit or something?
Hang on, red bones. To what?
Probably from when you got hit with the shield.
I forgot about that. Yeah. So my wife reminded me, God bless her. There was a protester that before the curfew happened kept saying, give peace a chance. And so I was singing into my feed, I hate peas and give peas a chance. And
right. No justice, no peas. Right. Gotcha.
Hey,
and I was literally 5 feet from her. Like she heard me say it. She just didn't.
When you're out there in that kind of zone, like you're zoned out in what you're doing. And some things you'll remember and some things you won't. You know, I totally understand.
So, and this is really what it is right here.
Yeah.
See, both sides commit violence. It's like a tiny smidge there. So
what they did to Cam is fucked up.
Not really.
Well, I mean,
I've had this conversation, man. When you go out there and you go, boo, and you expect somebody not to jump and smack you.
There's an
it is what it is.
There's got to be an expectation.
We all have our own different way. He pushes that cattle prod into people's belly button. You know, he makes them recognize the situation, and he shows that they are extremely violent. They're extremely emotional, and you know, I'm not saying that he brings it on himself at all. I'm not.
No.
He just has zero care in saying, I'm going to call you out and you're going to have to react. And 99.9% of the times they're going to react with violence. And Cam is,
I understand that.
You know, his poor fiance, God love her.
All right. Can I make you either laugh or hate me real quick? So there's another streamer in our group called MDG Gaming, and we talked earlier, and he introduced me to something. And I couldn't help but, I mean, the resemblance is uncanny. Yeah. Are you Mr. Incredible?
There actually is a Mr. Incredible me. My OnlyFans, I went by Johnny Bravo, but if you look up Johnny Bravo right now, you'll see a better resemblance.
Tommy had no idea I was about to do that.
Don't do that.
Where's the one? I have one from last night.
The hairdo was perfect, bro. Don't do Chad like that. That's fucked up, bro.
Somebody did an AI one where it's actually me at CPAC in Mr. Incredible. Yeah.
You made me choke.
I have it.
Fuck.
Yeah, here
that was great, bro. Hey, you should do an AI picture of yourself like that. That would be fucking dope.
Oh, it's already done. Right there. It is right there.
Oh, look, he's a stud, bro. See you, bro. You should dress up
That's
like
awesome.
that for Halloween.
Let's go to Comic-Con.
They actually put me at CPAC in Mr. Incredible. And if you look up Johnny Bravo, like
that was for you,
Johnny
MDG
Bravo figurines and stuff from when I used to run nightclubs.
Oh, Johnny Bravo. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Johnny Bravo. Yeah.
Okay, so my chat wants me to ask you what you think of Jake Lang and his tactics.
He's a retard.
I knew he was.
I actually was going to go out there, and you're the first person that's actually had the balls to ask me, so I appreciate that. I was actually. He said he was coming to Minneapolis, New Jersey. He actually showed up after all the shit went down, and I was going to go confront him and tell him to leave. Jake Lang has no place in this movement, and it would be different if he actually believed the bullshit he says. And for the people that are out there saying they are trying to get rid of white people and all that, fine, whatever. But at the end of the day, if you fight the minutia and what it is in the socialist, progressive, Marxist movement, the rest doesn't matter. It all goes away. So to go out there and try to be vilified, and here's the day that I was really done, and I've had this conversation with Tommy. The day I was really done is when he went to Minneapolis. He took all these uninformed, or I don't know, maybe special people, and they are all there to support him, and he left them. He left them to get beat in the street. And that's not something you do as a leader.
Wow,
I don't like that.
Doing that, bro. I couldn't imagine doing that.
To me, he seems like sort of like a insult shock comic.
He's a cosplay retard that's trying to get somebody to say he's relevant. Like even the Proud Boys that used to back him every once in a while are clowning him. You have to stop being a drama. He's a drama club retard.
Performative, yeah.
So it's not anything new.
Yeah.
Him with that goat in the back of the van and stuff, and like that kind of shit. That was just like
there's no reason to bring animals into any of it.
Yeah, no, that was doing too much. Or the pig. The pig was cute. But that was the only thing that was cute on the stage.
You don't need to have a pig screaming in the middle of Washington, D.C. that is scared to death and whatever. Yeah. And at the end of the day, if you can't put on a plate carrier, then you need to shut up and stop wearing it.
Everybody was talking shit because he didn't have it strapped on the sides all
and
the
he
way.
got arrested today.
He got arrested today?
He left New Jersey. He went out to Frisco, Texas, where I can't remember the guy's name that stabbed the other white kid. His court case started today in Frisco, and apparently he went out there. He did this really dumb video, and they went and arrested him because he had a warrant.
What? He just got out of jail. Bro, he's fucking up.
Oh, speaking of
this is my point. You can't go out there and burn it all down.
Okay.
No, he's fucking up. He's going to end up in jail, and then he's not going to be able to spread any kind of message, you know? Like,
Okay.
that's people tell me that I should go,
I'm
like
so
I should have went
excited
to
right
New Jersey. I should have went to New Jersey because it was like a half a mile away. I should have went out there when everybody was telling me to, but I'm not allowed to be within 3 blocks of any ICE facility until I get off of this dumbass bench probation. And I'm not going to do anything I know I'm not allowed to do until I get off probation, because I'm not going to fuck myself even more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay, same.
And he don't care about that, obviously, because he's going through court in a bunch of different places, right? So he has to have conditions and special stuff like that while he's going to court. So he's probably, that's crazy.
Do you feel the same way about Chud?
That's a hard topic.
Because I mean,
really
it's different, but it's the same.
It's different, yeah. So let me say this: I'm not a fan of what Chud does, but in the first time I saw it, I was like, "This donkey."
Well, the first time was authentic, and it wasn't like him live streaming. It was just something that happened at a store. You know what I mean? It turned into more eventually. But
I've watched Chud have that conversation with a black man, and he's like, "Look, I'm just trying. I'm a big First Amendment guy. Why does a word cause you so much pain? That's what you need to worry about,
especially
not me.
When they say it to each
worry
other.
about why this is a thing. If we got rid of this word, it wouldn't be a thing, you know. But he takes it further than if it was about the word and having that discussion in taking the power out of that word, I would be all for it. But you know, calling chicks mud sharks and other crazy stuff and acting like you actually ride this you know, white supremacist concept, it's just not something that I want anything to do with. And you know, I think he missed the boat, really. But you know, Chud is Chud. Jake is Jake. And the thing that I have a problem with is Jake acts like he speaks for all of us, and he doesn't. And one day, if I have to and I'm there, I will make sure he absolutely understands that.
I hope I'm there. So what do you think about Chud's bail being $1.25 million, but Carmelo Anthony's got lowered to $250,000, and he actually murdered Austin, but Chud just shot him and didn't even not even life-threatening injuries. Why do you think that is? Have you thought about that?
It's two different states, two different the way things go as far as stand your ground, all of that. You know, when you get into the nuances, because see, the way you premise the question, Tommy, is something that I would never answer for the simple fact that it was a black man versus a white guy in two different states. There's too many variables there, and if I was to say, well, yeah, it's effed up, I would be uninformed to why, right? And I think if we start focusing on that and start making sure that we're understanding of what we're getting behind instead of the emotional tie to it based on our race, our party, or whatever other jersey we're wearing that day. I think we're going to find a lot more common ground, and we're going to be able to talk about things in its real context.
But my issue is not even what color that any of them are. It's one is basically blatant murder, and the other one is self-defense and no death. You know, and
I
it's
can argue
such
with
an
you that
extreme
it's not
difference.
blatant murder. I can make that argument based on the very same thing that I would say about you going to court, because everybody is considered innocent until proven guilty. Now, we know what he did. We know how it all went down. We can have our opinion. But when it comes to the courts, in the specific court, that be it of Tennessee in Nashville and one being in Texas, you know, that is that these are different states. We are independent. The states are different. You know, if the same thing happened in Minneapolis, I'm sure there would be a third problem with the discussion. And when we get into those nuances in Monday morning quarterbacking legal minds or judges or what precedent they have to go by, we're missing the boat, and we end up probably looking not very informed or intelligent in the long run. And I try to stay away from those things because having been a public safety officer and having somebody's life in my hand, and then somebody question what I did because I was unable to save said person, is a shitty feeling. And it's that way for a judge. And there are shitty judges, there are shitty cops, there are shitty firefighters. All that being said, I try to stay out of it and let the system that I believe in fight for every day to do exactly that, because we have the best system in flawed or not, it's still the best system in the world.
So I live in Houston, and we have
there's cops.
Yeah, it's Portland.
It's
Portland.
my window's open. Hold on, let me close it.
It figures it's Tommy.
It's Tommy. So I live in Houston, and so Greg Abbott just stopped. They were trying to do a Muslim only water park, where they're going to rent out the water park. And Greg was like, nope. So I looked it up, and in Houston, the last time we had a Republican mayor was 1982.
Right.
But they have to answer to it's always been the governor of Texas has always been a Republican for as long as I can remember. Sure. George W. Bush. That's when I was in the Army under George W. Bush, the governor. So do you think that the problem of Islam is a problem? In America on soil?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's not compatible. It's that simple. They're,
oil and water.
Are there good Muslims? Yeah, there are. They're but at the end of the day, if I'm to assume under the guise of the Quran and what you are supposed to be by the most perfect man ever made in Muhammad, then I should fear you. In all aspects, because it's written that way, and they can prostitute it. Charlie was phenomenal. There's another professor out of University of Utah, that does Instagrams and whatnot talking about religion, and I think it's really important. But I think the Christian right needs to get off its high horse a little bit, and I'm not kissing your ass anymore since you voted 14%.
Hey, I'm an ex-felon, and I voted. I think it's important.
That's my biggest thing. That's what you'll see me always come back to. We can get the subsets and talk about the nuances of those subsets and why they're maybe a problem. But overtly, if you have a social security number and you don't vote, you're a piece of shit in my mind. I mean, I don't care if you're an evangelical. I don't care if you're Antifa. I don't care who you are. If you're not going to vote and get involved in the system, and you want to find excuses like, oh, its system's flawed and the machines and all this. Okay, then why aren't you kitted up? Why aren't you in a breastplate taking over Washington? Why aren't you loaded and doing what is necessary to save the republic? See, that's the hypocrisy that I live in, and I can't do it. I know what it looks like when I've been to countries in the military where they've gone to shit. And at the end of the day, if we don't do the mundane, be it vote and get out behind good candidates and good policy, then we're just waiting for the inevitable. And nobody wants the inevitable. Even the G.I. Joe douchebags on the internet that think that they're tough guys. You don't want what you think you want. Don't do it. And I'm going to fight in these small breaches where I can, and try to motivate as much of the vote as I can, and show the Marxist leftist ideology that's out there that needs to be eradicated through voting and people getting informed.
Sorry, both my YouTube windows just went, go fuck yourself. we're good, right, everybody? We're still live. Okay, it looks like chat's going. Hey, I'm not talking to you. Chat's going. Tommy and I sort of have he's like the younger brother.
Talk shit relationship.
He's like he's the younger brother I never really had and never really fucking wanted.
I've tuned in a couple times, man. I've checked you guys out. Undercover brother. I didn't want it to be about
bro. He knows how I am. He was around when I was like the most angry and the most like at the very beginning when I was the most passionate. Like
I would love.
Tommy, there's a couple times I'm like, Tommy.
I know it's funny as hell. Well, I remember, bro. I remember all the good times.
So I remember the moment when I decided that Tommy needed some help. I didn't know it was going to come from me, but he had 107,000 live viewers on X, and he just went home. And I was like,
I was tired,
shit,
bro.
what
that
the
was no
fuck?
King's Day. It was like 11 o'clock at night. I had been streaming and on my feet for like 11 straight hours.
I know, but he didn't do a call to action. He didn't say to like and subscribe, nothing. He just, I was like,
yeah,
All right, guys, I gotta go see my car's tore up. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
I'll see you tomorrow.
that shit, bro. I learned not to take cars. I learned not to take cars to protests no more.
I
Shit, I don't
literally
even have a car to take to a protest right now.
I literally
if I
watched.
can tell you one thing, Tommy,
cars get destroyed
because you've come so much further. I've told you some things, but one thing that has really changed me, because when I started this, I was an angry bastard, and I wanted to burn everybody down, and I had to learn the game, right? And it was told to me by a councilman that I somewhat respect, and he told me, he told me two things. One, you can never have an argument by yourself. So if somebody wants to have one and you don't jump in, it's just a fart in the wind.
Yeah.
Two, never, ever, ever, ever worry about the opinion of someone you never asked.
Yeah.
I love that.
I learned that. Bro, I'm on the internet and that's all there is fucking opinions. So that shit just brushes off my shoulder.
Yep.
Like my skin has become way thicker from the beginning, and I don't let these people trigger me into doing something that's going to send me to jail. You know
That's
what I mean?
why I like your little laugh, because I know it's a nervous tick.
We have
a mud hole in their throat.
Oh, bro.
We have breaking news.
Sometimes my wife is like, I don't know how the fuck you hold yourself back in some of these situations.
I don't either.
And I'm
That's
just
crazy.
like, well, it's an everyday thing at this point.
Yeah.
It's a 4 times a week, 5 times a week thing at this point. So it's just proving our point more, that I could go out there, use words that you don't like, disagree with, and you're going to come at me violently. And I prove that with these people on a daily basis.
Yep.
And, that's just what it is.
So Nick Sorter says the mayor of Newark has officially lifted the curfew near the ICE facility minutes before it was set to go into effect.
Yeah, that came from Mickey Sherrill. I guarantee you they talked it out because they didn't want the curfew to go down again.
What?
Why I told you they got a lot of pushback. It's okay. This is a good thing.
Do you think that
you're still there?
Do you think Antifa are domestic terrorists?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think my neighbor is a domestic terrorist, but
I got a bunch of domestic terrorists around my neighborhood.
Thank you, Tony.
I would love to heat up and put on some people's forehead, no doubt. But here's the problem. Everybody says this domestic terrorist thing, right? And what people don't realize, again, in those nuances, what does that mean? Well, that doesn't mean you go hunt down Antifa. What it means is that you have to find out where the money's at. You want to find those accounts. You want to shut those accounts down because it opens a decent wants to be in the shop. What are you doing?
Yep, I'm on that. I'm doing a deep dive right now into certain websites. I did one on somebody named Holly. That's like fightbacknews.org, and I got. Do you know a name Mick Kelly? Mick Kelly. He's a major player in this. I'm doing a deep dive. I'm trying to find the money trail. There's
a lot of that. Data Republican's doing a lot of stuff. I talked to her in DMs the other day, and she saw us in New Jersey, and she's trying to figure out where the hell all that resources came from. And
who does really good with Antifa is Andy No. He's exposed a ton of shit with Antifa. They tried to kill him.
Yeah, he was.
I wouldn't put, but I see it in my thread all the time when I'm doing lives or whatever. And people are like, I thought they were domestic terrorists. I thought they were this. I thought they were that. We should be arresting them. At the end of the day, it's not like they have a fortified, piece of land somewhere or an overt leader, or king, or they've done a good job by saying what is Antifa, and again we come back to what makes us a free country and the necessity for us to have laws in our Bill of Rights and our Constitution, and people have those rights, but by making them a domestic terrorist and we're able to take away their money, maybe that makes a big deal. I'm not exactly sure. So I don't get too excited about that nomenclature or that being passed or not, because I think it fuels another side that again expects something more than what it really means.
Do you think they're making they're collecting a database on all these black bloc masked up people that they're seeing at the ICE facilities and all over causing chaos. Do you think they're working on identifying them and putting them in some kind of like database or on some list?
Well, yes and no. Yes, I believe that they're doing that, but I think they're doing that to all of us.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I'm just saying, I think it's all in the same
Big
pool.
Brother's always watching.
I mean, every time I go to the airport, you get the little picture taken. You know, people talk about, in my house, I have Google Home, because I like to turn off lights without getting up. And people are like, they're listening to you. I'm like, they're listening to me talk to Diesel and ask Elizabeth if we're going to go to Costco or not. I mean, it's not like I'm running a drug syndicate or selling guns out of the house. It is what it is. I'm understanding of the technology and what's going on and what's out there. And overtly, I think we're all being put into databases that are based. I mean, me, Cam, we've been in multiple states and multiple ICE facilities. So I'm sure we are. In fact, we probably have full dossiers on us. I'm not remiss from that. I understand that is probably happening. So I think it's safe to say that it's probably happening under the guise of Antifa and whatever other group was out there.
Yeah, but the difference is we don't have anything to hide. I don't care if you're, taking pictures of me or, I do feel like people be following me sometimes, and it's scary. It's scary. But man, I'm always wearing. But what's crazy?
They think you're handsome.
I'm always wearing politics. Like I'm always wearing a red hat, and I'm always wearing a Trump shirt or something like this. Straight white Republican male.
You're also 6'3" and loud as shit.
And I get people on every single day when I'm out somewhere doing something. There's at least one car that drives by and says, "Fuck you, Tommy." Well,
that means you're making a difference.
That's right.
But we don't have anything to worry about them building up a dossier on us because we're not doing anything besides
today
fighting for our country.
Today, Tommy. But don't think for a second that whatever is, the FISA and all that. You never know what dossier you're being put in, and you never know who is in one of these agencies putting these things together. And when there is a Democrat, a president, or the shift changes, God forbid, to the liberal left, we saw it in 2015. I mean, the minute that Biden was there, it took one day, and 90% of the conservative media and social media was destroyed, including mine. So, and I wasn't even that big, and still, we would be. Every side has their intelligence. Just accept it.
See, I didn't feel that like you did when Biden became president because I wasn't really on social media. Like I didn't do any of this, so I didn't experience it like you. So I guess you have like firsthand like experience from that. And that's crazy.
I mean, you just have to understand that, I say this all the time, especially the conspiracy theorists, if the government wants you, and you have to remember, I mean, I hung out with the biggest spy we've ever known in intelligence, and General Michael Flynn, in traveled the country with him for his movie, and I got to know a lot more, and being in the Navy Seabees, we dealt with spooks all the time in the intelligence side of the Navy and that. So, but you have to always remember, you can't be the best on the field if you don't have all the resources, all the money, and the ability and to use those resources. That being said, if the government wants you to know, you're going to know. If the government doesn't want you to know, you're not going to know. If you know and the government doesn't want you to know, one of two things are going to happen. They are going to make you batshit crazy and the whole world is going to think you're an idiot, or they're going to destroy you. You will be erased from the earth. That's how a country like ours stays free, whether you like it or not.
So you mentioned conspiracy theories, and I know there's a lot of people who have a lot of opinions about a lot, like aliens and all this other stuff, but when we see all these protests...
Let's start me with aliens. Say, Chad, what do you think? Go ahead.
Okay, Chad, what do you think about the aliens?
Tell me what caliber I need.
For real, right?
That's it.
50,
what
probably.
If they come peacefully? What if they're like...
I don't care.
Gold.
Right.
We got gold.
So okay.
Can you get past that, and I can move on to something more important?
Yeah.
That's why I even use the.
Yeah, it wasn't about the aliens. So the conspiracy theories, like people say this, it's Soros is funding this, and there's a lot of money coming from the top. But the thing, as far as the protesting goes, when you see cities all across the country and they're all doing the same thing, they're all saying the same thing. They all in 24 hours they have like professionally made signs with websites on the bottom. In 24 hours, hundreds of them. They have $40 gas masks times 50 people. They have like 500 dildos that cost whatever dollars each. Who the hell is funding?
Please tell me, Climatic.
I don't know.
What exactly do dildos cost today?
I have no idea. That's why I said, who knows?
He
Tommy?
knows.
Tommy, do you know?
No, you damn.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Hey, Fat Wider Mike, I seen a live the other day. Wider Mike, he just had one sitting on his shoulder, and it went all the way down to his fucking nipples.
That's gross.
And he was just patting it, like talking to it, basically
like,
sitting in front of the ice facility. It was the most filthy shit I've ever seen.
You'll be talking to me with a dildo and a microphone and tried to ask questions, and I looked at him and I said, "Think about what you're about to do."
No, I'll be just chatting.
That's you're liable to get smacked for some shit like.
I'll just be chatting with Zach X, and he'll just go plop.
Oh, Zach X is hilarious.
So seriously, like all joking aside, who do you think is funding all this shit? Is it really like the Soros level people, or is it smaller time that people just have a lot of money?
I think it's just. I saw it in Minneapolis. The people of Minneapolis were coming with. They would put out in their chats and their social media what they needed. And when me, Kevin Posobiec, Jack Posobiec's brother, and Nick Sorter, we went into, we covered ourselves up and we went down there to the autonomous zone where Renee Good was shot. And they had, there was a wigwam there. They had barrels filled with fire. They were cooking food on both sides. They had grills. And we were watching full, vans of the Karen Antifa rolling up with Costco paper towels and whatever you need. The problem is that there are so many people that want this fight but aren't willing to fight. So what they're doing is they're funding. That's where we have a problem on the conservative side, is that they don't, necessarily want to fund it. They don't want to fight it. And it puts us in a situation where it turns into social media. Like on Twitter, we're gods. But once we step out there into one of those cities, you're on your own. And I'm not saying everybody. It's getting better. But
it is getting a little bit better.
It's so easy to yank on the chain of the George Soros thing, right? It's just easy. There's a ton of Act Blue. There's a ton of those organizations.
Indivisible is a big one.
If you go to the if you go to the nokings.org website and you go to contributors, the list is like a mile long of companies of places you never heard of.
Well, the weird thing in New Jersey, and I Gateway Pundit and I think it was Newsmax, they asked to use my footage because they actually had a union thing here, because they weren't calling them illegals there. They were calling them strikers, because they were trying to utilize the as unions, these are strikers, because what they were doing was hunger strike, which, by the way, is absolutely not true. We've talked to DHS there. They said it's not. Holman said he sat there and ate spaghetti next to him. It's not. There's actually a half-court basketball field in that building. Like, they have Peloton, bro. Like, I mean,
I gotta bring my motorcycle in.
Okay,
they're doing.
Would they let you film inside and tour?
Everything is supposed to play out, and where people are getting their money. I'm going to leave that to the bean counters, man. And hopefully, if they do find a domestic terrorist loophole where it's going to make it easier for them to do that and to freeze those accounts, great. But they do a lot on not Give Send Go, but what is the other one? But and they've got
GoFundMe.
They've got their just like I do with Cash App on Twitter or what have you. So I'm not. I know Soros puts money into these big groups, but just like you said, if you go onto one website, it shows all their contributors. We could talk about that for days, and I'm just not the bean counter guy. I'm not the guy that's going to get. I'm the guy that's going to go out there and find Al Capone and killing people. Not going to take him down for IRS. But either way works.
I don't know how the funding is working. All I know is I see a lot of similarities to all the protests I watch all across the country.
Sure. Oh yeah, they're very much alike.
They're very much alike. They're very much. I mean, they all interlocked arms and kicked the gate at the same day. They all stacked rocks up the same way. They all chant the same shit. The dildos appeared across the country at literally the same time.
Same with the blowies.
The blowies, right? Well, they do that as an act of subterfuge.
Sure.
So they can go afterwards and go, look, no, they're just having a good time. They're just partying. And then people
look, we've killed those narratives. That's why I think what me and Nick and the guys that do this nationally, I think that's where our work is so important. BG on the scene. We're showing that those narratives are crap.
So that they don't want you there.
When Dan Goldman goes out and be like, "Oh yeah, this is a circus out here with blowies and pig outfits," but then when the sun goes down and the mainstream media leaves, they take those blowies off and start coming out with asps and fire extinguishers filled with shit. So
there's a woman named Maxine Dexter. She's Oregon's 5th congressional district representative. She'll go out with her friends for brunch in downtown Portland, make a cute little video and say everything's great. We don't need any help. But then like 12 hours later, the city's fucking burning to the ground.
But see, that's where we are. We're in a game of narratives. And that's where I can say that the world's not burning. The country's not falling. You can still go to hot yoga because you go 2 miles away from the ice facility in Portland and nobody gives a shit.
I have an interesting idea. You know how Nick, Shirley, and some of the other content creators went down to show the CATON prison and showed inside. You think it would be beneficial for someone like you or Cam to do an inside video on the ICE facility and really show what the fuck because if you said there's a basketball court, let's show that shit.
Right.
Why not?
So we had that conversation. I've actually talked to Commander Bavino about it. And he said under the policy of our prisons and that sort of thing, we're not El Salvador, right? To take any video inside of a secure location is against all concepts of protocol. So to be able to film like where's the basketball court or where is this and put that out there, it would be considered a
security risk, right?
Security risk.
Okay, no, I can. That's fair enough. Just a thought of like, how can we prove that?
I agree.
There's got to be something.
I think that with as good as they are on social media and the way they troll, I think that in their videos, I think that they would be a benefit if they found a crew that they wanted to take in there and edit it accordingly. I think that would, because we don't trust anybody anymore, right or left or whoever, and I think that and that's again why what we do is so important, because we're and I could do a lot better if I did it like Nick Sorter and do 1 minute and 30-second videos. But I stay live. I do it for my own security. I do it so that I can show that I'm not editing anything. Yeah. But as a person that but I also don't do this for money. Like I'm not. Yes, when I get somebody sends me a Cash App, I might take Preacher. I help pay for Preacher.
You're not a grifter,
huh?
You mean you're not a grifter like everybody says?
Well, I can say whatever they want, but I have an organization that pays me to stand in this breach, and I have a job, and I do that job. So I am different from Cam and them that make their money, and even Tommy, where you guys are donated, and I assure you, you're all probably making more money than me in the long run. But I have an organization that believes in my mission and in what I do, and we've shown it to work. So. When we get into those nuances again, when it comes to money, who's paying for what, we can say the same thing about the right, so I just choose not to. I choose my battles based on who has where I choose my battle where I have the greater firepower and they have less ammo. That's where I think that I stay in my lane. That's why I love hypocrisy and having that debate, because I am articulate enough to show them in that hypocrisy, and it works.
I got a weird question. In the Vietnam era, they had the people who were against the war and the hippies. And do you think this is just a generational, just our kind of moment here? Or do you think that our country is divided forever? Because I don't see any scenario where like I would be able to get along with a radical liberal leftist who thinks Trump is a Nazi and we're all fascist, racist, whatever, and to open the borders and let men become women and all the crap that they believe. I can't imagine myself being friends with someone like that ever.
Well, I try not to think that way, right? Ideologically, I can disagree with you, but as a firefighter, I didn't care if you were a Democrat, a communist. I came to do a job, and that's something I've kind of taken myself into this. So when I'm having those debates, I'm not looking at someone with vitriol that right off the rip. There was a great moment in Jersey where I was sitting there talking to these two black guys, and we were getting great conversation. And then some Haitian dude came up and started saying shit, and I said, "Well, you're not gonna let me talk." And he's like, and he's like, "You're not gonna let me talk." And then I finally said, "Go fuck yourself. I'm done with you. Just go fuck yourself. Either step up, step out, or get the fuck away from me." And he's just like, "I thought you were a nice guy." I said, "You're not gonna let me talk. I'm here to talk to people, and if you're not, I'm also somebody that will stand my ground, and I'm not gonna sit here and let you berate me." So
there's a difference between talking with
have our lane.
There's a difference between talking with someone and talking at someone.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, look at the Poochies. Oh, your dog's making a cameo.
Diesel. Oh, you got headphones on there.
The Poochies.
He used to do that when I had my show on Red Voice. He would just sit back there and be like,
"So nice."
When I got fired up, but no, you're right. And all I can say really is that I hope that people will understand. One of the biggest, and I think it was Rupert Murdoch that said it. One of the richest men in the world, and he had said, business becomes very easy when you take the emotion out of it. But when you take the emotion out of it, you can find you're in a place where you can look in the mirror and say, "I'm an evil person." You have to be able to have the moral fortitude to be able to look at taking the emotion out of something and looking at it pragmatically and being informed on what you're about to talk about or what you're about to build. And I did this in New Jersey. I said, so what you're saying is this is an opinion. And I like the fact that you have your own opinion, but is it fair that your opinion isn't necessarily fact and it's just something you're willing to stand on a hill and die for? Me, I don't think any of this is worth standing on a hill and dying for. And that really resonated with people.
I know you can't.
I hate it when somebody says I can't. So I'm already.
That's funny. I was gonna say I know you can't possibly tell the future.
Bruce, what up, bro?
But who do you think? Who do you think is going to be the president in 2028?
I don't even think it's worth answering, frankly. I love how the engagement farmers are like Rubio or Vance, and I'm like, okay, let me. However many people are watching this right now, sit back in your chair. Don't sit on the end because you might fly off of it when I say this. But this is who I am. I want you all to remember something. There will never be another Donald Trump. It's not going to be Barron. It's not going to be somebody else. Not saying that they can't run down the road, but the idea of what MAGA and Trump and what Trump himself stands for is fuck you money. There is no fuck you money in Vance. There is no fuck you money in Rubio. And you also have to remember both of these men once sat at that golden table that was the U.S. Senate. They know these people very, very well. Trump didn't know any of them other than them calling him to come get an award or something like that. Vance and Rubio both had to play the game within those specific established rooms that we so much hate. And I will say this, if there is a Rubio or there is a Vance or a Rubio and Vance, I have a hard time pragmatically thinking that they're just going to be like, I'm the second coming of Donald Trump, when you have somebody like a Lindsey Graham or other powerful K Street people come up and say, hey, you need to get back to what you were, or I'm going to destroy you.
What about
Washington is a very dangerous place.
What about on the other side of the ticket? There's a little bit of noise that's going to be Kamala and AOC, but I just don't see if that's. I don't see if that's
Shapiro from Pennsylvania.
Josh Shapiro. Oh,
Josh Shapiro from Pennsylvania will be the next candidate to run as a Democrat.
He was going to run.
Right now.
They were going to pick him to run with Kamala, weren't they? But then they were like, "Oh, he's Jewish."
And he's Jewish. He thought he hated Kamala. A lot of people hated Kamala. And
she didn't even get elected. She didn't get a single vote. They just assigned her.
But we're talking about 2028. And I will tell you this, whether you like it or not, Josh Shapiro is going to be very dangerous in that election cycle.
So Maddie, the surfer, just super chatted $10. He said, I disagree with Chad. We can't coexist with people who want us dead, to imprison us, to silence us. We share not one common value with leftist Democrats. What about a peaceful national divorce?
I don't think
I disagree with you. And I don't know who you are, and I haven't seen you on CNN all kitted up, taking back your country. So I'm going to call bullshit on your entire statement based off of the fact that you can't coexist, but you're sitting in your house watching. I have to, and I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just being a dick. And at the end of the day, when you go out there and say shit like that, back it up. Nobody can say I don't back my shit up. And what I'm saying is I'm going to do the work now. I'm going to put my ass on the line out there, and I'm going to go and try to work it as best I can in the concept of hypocrisy and the motivation of conservative values. Now, is that something that we've tried to do for years? I don't know. I haven't, so I am. Now, do I really believe that we can get to the point where we do have to kid up and we can't coexist with these people to the point where we have to do something in a much more kinetic way? I don't know if you know what that looks like, and I'm sure you're tough and you're a surfer and stuff, and that's cool and great. But what I'm saying is that you have to think it through, and I can't listen to somebody that is telling me that that's what needs to happen when I don't know them to do anything.
Yeah, I don't really know what the answer is. All I know is we can't keep going.
Does.
Well, we can't keep. I mean, with the definition of insanity, right? You can't keep going and doing the same shit.
Let me do my Scott Pressler. I mean that respectfully.
Oh
yeah, Maddie's cool. He's always in my chat.
I'm
He's
being
cool.
a dick. I'm just being a dick.
No, we all have.
I like people saying shit straight up.
I spent 2 hours getting.
I love that you're.
Tell me where I'm wrong, though.
Right,
Tom.
like straight up.
He said things like, "Read it again for me. Read me his statement again, if you could, because words matter, and I react on words."
And so we can't coexist with people who want us dead, to imprison us, to silence us.
Who wants us dead?
The same people that tried to kill our president.
Who?
I mean,
it's just like when people say we were going to have a civil war. Tommy, who are we going to fight?
But they say the liberals, but which liberals?
No.
Okay,
who?
But
in the Civil War, there was the North and the South. There was the blue and the gray. There was a concept. Now everybody wants to go to a Civil War. You got to go find your neighbor that you think had a Hillary Clinton sign and put a bullet in your
find the purple-haired ones.
There's no direction for it.
No,
that's why it's complicated.
You make a very complicated.
You're so right.
It goes with it. Yeah,
and we can't.
And look, man, I'm your Huckleberry. Look, I don't really need to sit here and say that I'm a tough guy. I've proven that I will stand in some shit. But at the end of the day, I'm not just going to go out and arbitrarily with my Harry Potter stick and go dust because I think you're a Democrat.
Okay. So when Ronald Reagan, go ahead, Tommy.
Rick Grimes said, ask him how many times you've had death threats. Ask Tommy how many death threats he gets. I'm sure if I get death threats, Fired Up gets them also. Chad gets them. You know, that's not just a me thing. That's all of us. Anybody that flies the American flag and has American values and cares about their country.
Actually, Nick, Cam Higby, and me, we'd sit around in Minneapolis and open up our hiddens on DM and read them to each other. And here's the thing. I mean, I've had hits on me. You know, I've been swatted. I've been I've been federally stopped, guns drawn in the middle of a road. And what I'm saying is that when they can tell me who, now, am I going to go find screw you chicken number 2 on Twitter and say, okay, that's the guy I have to go find? Like, you have to know your enemy. And this is my favorite thing, and it'll probably be on my headstone. And it's Sun Tzu. If you know yourself and you know your enemy, you can fight 100 battles without fear. I fear no one but the Lord our God and Elizabeth Caton.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, though, is you have to know who your enemy is.
Is
and right
Elizabeth
now, we're
your
fighting
wife?
an ideology. We are not fighting a horde.
Wait, Elizabeth is your wife, right?
Yes, not some other chick.
I knew it.
Pink britches would have been cleaning the house and shit behind me. Yeah.
I fucking do it.
In the 80s, we had a situation when Ronald Reagan went against Walter Mondale, where Ronald Reagan damn near got 100% of the vote. What would have to happen for our country to get back to that kind of united front? I asked you an impossible question. I know.
Well, it comes down to where it's going to have to be a real national realization of where we are as patriots and what that looks like, right? So I'm not saying it can't happen. In 250 years, this country has evolved in a lot of ways. This has been a long process to bring us where we are right now. And it started after the Summer of Love in 1969, when all of those people realized they couldn't do orgies and smoke dope, and they all had to become teachers. So they went out there, became teachers, and it was said, Ronald Reagan said it, we're not but 2 generations away from communism. And we're sitting at that precipice right now. And luckily, we've had Turning Point. We've had other groups go out there that have tried to grab back our youth. And luckily, the leftists chose to try to make men fembots, and that's really easy to fight against. And we saw that in the last election, where the youth came out because of Joe Rogan and in these, going on these other podcasts, and realized, you know what, I do want to be a dude. I want to be able to say that I don't need to go out there and be a fem Nazi and fight that fight when it's not really there. Or, we're different. We need to recognize the fact that there are 2 genders, and this is what it is. And that resonated to the male youth. I don't know what we're going to do about the Karens, because they're building little Karens all over the place. But at the same time, they're the ones wearing the Lululemons. So they're completely off the reservation.
I have a 12-year-old daughter. That's why part of this is so personal for me. Like, I have I have a protection shield going up all the time. I mean, luckily I moved to a place. I live in a place that really trans ideology is not a thing.
Right.
But not that far down the road, they're having drag time storybook hour, whatever the fuck that is.
The way they're going about it, and this is just philosophical, the way they're going about it is that of Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah never really moved out of itself, right? And it was surrounded by what the hell is going on over there? Don't go there. That's evil. It's this, it's that. And we're starting to see that. I ran into, in every state with the exception of Minneapolis, Minneapolis is lost. That is Sodom and Gomorrah. It's completely gone off the reservation. But everything around Minneapolis and everything around Portland, I found, is very conservative and very family oriented. And we're going to have to get back to that. And I think through hypocrisy, and my friend Brandon Strzok, who started Walkaway, we talk about this all the time, because I think he has the most generational important movement that has ever happened, based off of your question you just said. He is allowing and giving the platform for people that were lost by their politics, by the ideology of trans and the LGBTQ and all the other things that are out there that just don't make sense to an average human. It gives them a place to go and say, you know what? I just walked away from this mess. I'm not necessarily a Republican, but I'm walking away from this. And when and I'm going to tell you right now, we saw it in Jersey. Portland was there. Minneapolis was there. Chicago was there. It's the same group of people that are trying to make something very big happen. And that's why I love the fact that there were so many, during the day, there was quite a few patriots that were pushing back. And what we did in Portland, and what you guys keep doing by, having the Patriot Corner and all of that has resonated through the country. And I'm seeing it in everywhere we go, with the exception of Minneapolis, even Chicago. So I think we just have to keep at it, and it's real simple. You just stand there and say no. I mean, the video of the old man spitting in my face is going all over Twitter again. So as much as I wanted to plant that guy like a flower,
I watched a whole lot of your stream in the last couple of days. I've been just sitting there because I just I can't stop watching. Like, every time I look away, some shit goes down. I'm like, fuck, I missed it. God.
Yeah, it's weird. And I try to make I try to bring humor into it, and I try to. I try to disarm people, because I think I have an ability to do that. And I like that other people appreciate that, because hopefully that empowers them to find ways to disarm people. I've actually seen Tommy do it. He's disarmed some people by having real conversation. And I'm not saying my way is the right way. Like I say, it's my lane. It's what I do, but
exactly.
I think it's a 10-lane highway, and there's a whole bunch of us that all can be in a lane and accomplish the same thing, with the exception of Jake Lang. He's just a complete twink.
Yeah. You can't all be the same.
I agree. Everybody has their own role to play, and everybody does their shit the way they're gonna do it, and you can't judge them for that. There's room for all of us.
Tommy, I want to go into something because, and hopefully, if you don't want to answer, that's fine. Because we've had some pretty personal phone call discussions, right, and text and stuff. And I'd be like, and I've tried to be a mentor for you, and there's times where I'm like, Tommy, blah 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 blah, and he's like, I know. But I've also watched. You may not have done what I or grasped on to what I said at that time, but I've watched you grow, and you hold on to it, and you're like, okay, I need to be better at this, and I need to watch this, and you're learning the game, and I want to give you ups for that because I know you take a lot of shit from a lot of different people, but at the end of the day, I haven't said I'm done with Tommy Boy because you try. Right. And that's why, have you ever not texted me and I'm not answered you?
No, never.
Exactly.
Never.
So there are people that have texted me and I still don't answer. So
never.
Because I got better shit to do than to deal with somebody that's not going to listen. Right. And you don't listen right off the bat, but I won't give up on you because
I'll clap for that.
I see that you're trying and look, this isn't easy. This is a skin on skin dangerous game.
Yeah, it's not easy, not just for me though, but for my wife and my family. Like, if it was just me, it would be a different story. But my wife dealing with it, and she don't have anything to do with it. You know what I mean? But her having to deal with it, that's what bothers. That's what gets to me the most. Watching her come back from seeing the car the first time, and how upset it made her, how scared and upset to be in her own home, in her own area. It makes me. They think it's gonna run me off, bro. It gives me the chills. They think it's gonna make me stop doing, but what they don't understand is it's just making my heart harder, and it's just making me want to do it even more.
I want to put one thing up to you though, and when Redbone comes back in here, I'll have her come to the mic. When this all started happening, and I'm reading, there's some blogger that said that her and I have a swinger video, and he's gonna post it and shit. And I'm like, hey, dude, post that shit. I'll put it on OnlyFans. Like, post it. Let's go. And of course, there's no such video. My wife is a much better person than me by far. But I told her when we started getting celebrity concept and people coming at us and all the shit that goes along with it, notes on the car or whatever. I told my wife, at any time, all you have to do is say, we're done. That's all you have to say. And I made that pact with her. And you're talking to a guy that you're going to have to really hurt me a lot. I'm going to keep coming for you, And I think that the people that watch you guys and that do know me, they know that in fact is true, that I'm not going to lay down. But when it came to, me marrying my wife, we became one, right? And so her feelings in understanding is something that means a lot to me. And there's many times where, when we got swatted and we're here at 3 o'clock in the morning in our jammies and I'm handcuffed in my boxers in the front yard. And I looked at her and I said, you good? And she said, fuck these guys. I said, okay, here we go. And the other day when it was it was Saturday morning. No, it was Friday. And I said, she was outside in the garage or something. She came back in and I said, I leave tomorrow at 11:45. She goes, Jersey? I said, yep. She goes, okay. There's never been an argument. There's never been a problem with it. And in my defense, and in her defense, I always make the joke that I'm worth more dead than alive. And she's probably just like, well, sooner or later it's going to happen, right? So, but that's my joke. But she also knows my training. She also knows my ability in assessing and protecting me and myself and other people, and that I'm not just a guy that thinks I am big. I also have skill to things I've been trained in what I do. So she always says, I'm not worried about Chad getting hurt. I'm worried about Chad getting a situation where he's going to have to go to that dark place and do some really bad shit. And that she said, that's what I'm worried about, because you have to remember where we do these things are in bad places, right? And if Chad does that in Portland, I'm buried underneath the prison and all that. And to the point where I have to have things set up in case I don't ever come home. And
that's
I do.
My wife's fear too, is going to jail, or somebody, instead of shooting at me with a BB gun out of their car, shooting me with something that's not a BB gun,
And I need you to take her into account. because I know how much you care about your wife. We've had this conversation. I know how much you care about your dog. I know how much you care, all that stuff. And being able to assess that situation at the end of the day, it's only you, her, and that beautiful dog.
Yeah.
None of the rest
we're getting
of the world.
out of
Doesn't
where
matter
we're
what
at
anybody
right
else thinks.
now. We're getting out of here soon. Sooner the better.
I'm never going to tell you nothing, Tommy. You know, I'm just giving you perspective, and you know, I sometimes wonder if my wife likes me because I'm packing my shit, and she's like, "Bye."
I love getting advice and guidance and help from anybody that's been doing this longer than me and has experience. And I'll take it all in with, you know what I mean? And I'll digest it and I'll put it into my abilities as best as I can. You know what I mean?
Hey, drop hearts in the chat for the doggo.
More every day.
Drop hearts in the chat for the doggo.
Diesel. Say hey.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
That's a Patriot pup, man. He's almost more popular than I am on Twitter. Whenever I need to fix the algorithm, I put Big D in the fucking algorithm and it fixes. I don't know
back
why,
in front of the ice facility.
So does this all get, with the protesting and stuff, does it get worse before it gets better? I know it's the summer, it's going to be all hot and heavy, but does it, honestly, on a long-term basis, does this continue on through the election cycle?
All right, here it is. This is going to get much, much, much worse.
I agree.
And let me tell you something. It's not going to be based off Antifa. It's not going to be based on that. What it's going to be based on is a lame duck president that is, and for those of you that want to come after me and say I'm not a Trump guy, even though I work for him, lame duck is the term used when somebody can't run for re-election.
It's an official term. Yeah.
If he is able. And that's why I told people, Mark Lynch ain't the guy. I'm sorry, you're going to get Lindsey Graham as the senator again. And the reason it has to happen and why Trump endorsed him is very simple if you understood the game. And that is because if you do the math right now, don't forget, after the midterm in November or the primary in June, here, especially in South Carolina, when you have powerful people like a Lindsey Graham that can find, I don't know, maybe 10 other votes in the House and 3 in the Senate, theoretically, they can impeach Donald Trump before January. And don't think that Cornyn's not pissed. Don't think that the guy in Louisiana isn't pissed. Don't think Thom Tillis isn't pissed. We have very small. We only need 10 people in the House to bring the impeachment, and then the Senate, it's a 2/3 vote. And if there's enough establishment, and we all know that there are establishment elected officials that give Trump the yeah, we love you, sir, but then when they come back, they talk like rhinos and vote like rhinos. Don't think that if they know this guy is lame duck, and don't think if you lose Lindsey and you've got the rest of the power brokers that are Cornyn and Cassidy from Louisiana and Thom Tillis, and then you've got Lisa Murkowski, you've got Joni Ernst, who was a problem at one point, you've got the chick from Alaska, Murkowski. You've got, and then there's senators you don't even know. They'll be like, we're with you because we have to save the establishment, which has been what they've been doing since Trump took office. In that alone, you could have Donald Trump be impeached. So Trump endorsing Lindsey, arguably one of the most powerful men in Senate, he's hoping Lindsey will keep him where he needs to be because Trump's going to do him a solid and bring home the Senate. Keep him for another run.
Do you think the midterms flip?
I don't know. I think that the House is very possible. I think the Senate was impossible until recently, and now I think the Senate is on the table. I'm going to tell you right now, there's no shiny knight on a white horse. This is up to America to go out and vote. Midterms are garbage for voting, but you all need to go out and vote like Donald Trump is on the ballot because he is.
Oh, I'm definitely voting.
If he loses the House and the Senate, I'll say this: if he loses the Senate, Donald Trump will be impeached by May.
That's so crazy.
Even if we have the House, they'll flip him.
Tommy, you think it would be smart in Portland to try to like register people to vote when you're handing out food and stuff? And they're going to flagways and other things.
No, I can't hand out food and ask people to register to vote. That's like not.
Yeah, that's a poll tax, if you will.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
really?
that's like illegal as hell.
Really? Oh,
because they're gonna be like, okay, I'll do it if you got food. No.
What I would suggest is you find a.
I see. Well, you're not. Okay. I get it.
Tommy, you got a huge voice, man. This would be a great opportunity for you to find those words and use that platform to recognize the word apathy, own it, know what it means, know what it said, everything about it. And nobody likes being called lazy.
Yeah.
And by our voting, and we can look up Portland's midterm voting right now, and it's probably in the 20 percentile.
Oh, yeah.
So you're letting 20% make the decision for everybody. And all they got to do is vote. Vote. And with that, if we get mad turnout all over the country, we win. I believe that. I believe that the conservatives will win. We'll keep the House and the Senate, which would be just that statement alone is very, very rare in a midterm. Usually you lose the House because people are tired of, this administration. So they want something different and they flip the House. If they flip the House and the Senate, we'll never see Trump make it to the end. They already have impeachment documents already written up.
What do you think would happen? Well, what do you think would happen if he did get impeached? Like what happens after that?
Like what's the official?
He will be removed from office, and I think within months he'll be called to New York and he'll be sentenced.
And JD would take over as president, right?
JD would take over, yeah. Unless they try to impeach both at the same time, which is possible. And if that happens, you're looking at Hakeem Jeffries. It would be unprecedented and very hard to do. But if they try to impeach both of them, which they believe they have articles of impeachment for both, the Democrats do. If that was to happen, you end up with a Hakeem Jeffries.
Wouldn't that make the country collapse into a civil war?
I think it would definitely bring. I don't ever say civil war.
I know.
I think there would be a lot of unrest. Yes,
bad terminology, but you understand.
No, I get it.
Maybe not a civil war per se. Like what does that actually mean, right?
It would be the worst possible case scenario. Yeah,
yeah, but like when you say
it's also going to make us probably be attacked,
right? Like back in the original Civil War, there was, like you were saying, there was a defined two sides.
Sure. North
and South. Now it's sort of like who's who.
Even still, it wasn't defined because you had brothers fighting brothers. It's just they each had a flag, let's say. And I'm not saying that we wouldn't have that here, but
they were all the North or all the South, though, right? Like now we have all these little groups of conglomerate. We don't know. They might be fighting each other to some degree.
Sure. It'll be interstate. It wouldn't be this proverbial Mason-Dixon line thing.
It wouldn't be a simple us versus them type of thing.
No.
Not at all.
They're smart. They're never going to show who them is.
Have you watched the movie Civil War?
Yes. And
I got a question.
Civil upheaval is the same thing. At the end of the day, you're protecting your family. Mm-hmm. And guess what's not happening? Nobody's at hot yoga. That's why that's my canary in the mine.
Nobody's getting their Starbucks Frappuccino with their Uggs on. Right.
That's it.
I get it. I'm with you.
Perfect.
Have you seen this thing that's all over the internet about that Asian guy that just got found not guilty for shooting somebody over them stealing water out of the store? And now they're talking about boycotting all Asian and Indian businesses.
That'll last long until you need a Starbucks Frappuccino.
And most people would totally ignore that and just go get whatever they need anyways. Yeah. I mean,
I'm not.
It's crazy.
But again, that's a state where you stand your ground. You have different protocol, and you can find yourself innocent in a situation. So, states' rights, I'm a big fan of. But I also need the state to recognize federal authority.
I know we have a lot of us in the movement that actually care, but I would just fear. My only fear is that we have so many people who don't give a shit, that they're indifferent about the whole damn thing. Do we have enough patriots or enough people to fix this problem? I don't know. I don't know.
Well, how many people we got in this country right now? 350 million? What's 3% of that?
Not enough.
Why? 3% of the population took over.
That's a lot of fucking people,
this country from the English.
Yeah, and I mean it.
What I'm telling you is I'm not saying 3% does it, but what I'm saying is unification and understanding of the guise of what this country is supposed to be. It doesn't. It's not going to take half. It's not going to take a quarter.
Because a lot of people aren't going to
take a strategic concept of how it's done. And I believe right now, if we motivate the vote and we continue to motivate people in the concept, because we couldn't be further divided based on, that's why you don't hear me talk about religion, because religion itself has been prostituted in 1,000 different ways. So I just go out there and say, here's the hypocrisy in your statement. Think about it. And the thing is, I do spaces all the time where they're like, why do you even debate that guy? Because I'm not debating him. I'm debating the 5,000 people that are listening. I'm giving them ammunition. That's why this is important. That's why podcasts like yours and I'm sorry that you guys have had some problems with some guests before or whatever. And if I say I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there because I don't care how small, how big, how medium. If it gives me an opportunity to motivate the vote and motivate people to get involved in their civics. Because the problem is when people do get motivated, we see these groundswells in politics, it's because it's already at their front door. Mm-hmm. And when it's at your front door, it's too late. You just have to do the minimum now and you're going to be better off for it. And the best thing I can tell the electorate right now is get your head out of your ass. Stop voting for people that you think are cute or that are funny or that they patted you on the head at a fish fry, and get to know what their stance is and what they mean and what they're supposed to be.
Yep. I always say stop voting based on skin color and gender. Just fucking stop it.
Start to find the quality in the person that's running. And it's hard because they're trained to act a certain way. But there's a whole lot of world out there, and there's a whole lot. That's why I can't run for office, because I got a whole shitload of social media that they can put on a billboard and the evangelicals will turn their nose up to.
Yeah.
But guess what? I'm not behind the pulpit. I'm not trying to lead you to God. I'm standing on the wall so that you have the opportunity. That's where I live.
What about we need to bring back Bovino?
I'm down.
I'm down.
I know. I wrote him for a talent. I wrote him to come on. I wrote him to come on the show with us. So I don't know if he's allowed to help you with that. Okay,
I'll see.
Cool. Well, that'd be awesome.
I talked to him. He's like, "Hey, man," because I was going to Jersey, and he's like, "Check this out." And he sent me a picture of him at the Jersey airport.
Oh yeah. Like, oh no, it was like a WWE entrance. He walked in. I was expecting like pyro to go off and shit.
That was awesome, bro.
I asked him, I was like, wait, what? Aren't you supposed to be going to Portugal? He goes, yeah, I'm going to Portugal, but this is just going to piss everybody off.
Everybody was so confused. They were like, what's he doing there? What's he doing there? Why is he there?
Wants to go so bad with me and Nick. Like,
wasn't he already going there for something else though, right? I mean,
no, he caught a flight to Portugal. It was just a connector. And he chose Jersey.
That is so fucking funny.
That's hilarious.
Right there.
Vivino is one of the... I've met a lot of really cool people, and that day that Bavino and I went viral for that house rep that went up there and tried to shake him down, I really got to know him, and we stayed in contact, and he's actually coming out with a bourbon soon, so he lives right here in Boone, North Carolina.
Look, no, he's making alcohol.
You should go to his Twitter. There's a big event in Indianapolis or Indiana. At end of July and August, and he's ready to start a movement in each state, and we need to get back to mass deportations. Now, that being said, I got to call Baldwin Sykes in, because even since he's gone, deportations are still up. It's not falling into the toilet. So there's a little hypocrisy there, but it's based on his whole thing is you can't go after the worst for the worst, because then you let the people that are like, well, I'm not the worst of the worst, so I'm good. That level of fear and that you need to be deported is a necessity to bring about real deportation numbers.
Yeah,
so, he has a thought to it, and I thought Mark Wayne Mullen, was a little elementary. I put up a tweet that went viral, and I said that this is elementary for the DHS secretary to say, who's never stood a post in the concept of border patrol. And to say somebody that is irrelevant based off of their 30 years experience is elementary.
Ridiculous.
And it made him look bad.
What do you think about the whole situation in Iran?
Iran is the greatest move that's ever been done by a president. This is, again, everybody's stuck in their fields, right? We don't want new wars. There's still no boots on the ground.
Right.
It's not. But what it is it's taken away the boogeyman. The boogeyman that has been affecting our petrodollar and everything that is conceptual under the guise of oil. And that's why Venezuela was the other one. Venezuela's been handled. We're dictating where that oil's going. If he is able to open the Straits of Hormuz and we get the Persian people take over Iran again. Now it's not about regime change, but if you get Iran to play by the rules and Hormuz is open and we have free trade again, Trump just essentially restructured 20 to 30% of the world's oil, which will now put concept of our power. And a lot of people don't know. I think it's called the Malta Strait or something like that. It's another strait that people don't realize that we took control of that nobody's talked about. And that is the last strait before you get to China for oil. Essentially, Trump has kneecapped China. And to kneecap the biggest country and the most powerful country out there, I'm all for it. Especially when there's none of my buddies on the ground.
Is there one specific thing that's controlling the gas prices and the food prices here? Because I know a lot of people. Is that the only thing? Just
OPEC is we have there's a lot of, so we have volatility, right? The stock market's great. Crypto's crashing. The oil thing is a thing. Gas prices are based where they are to play in fluctuation with that inflation, in the volatility in the market. The market keeps going up, which is making me nervous because that isn't sustainable. It's got to even out. And the other day when the White House put a tweet out saying, shh, I think they got it figured out. And I will say this. I have met Secretary Bessent. He is one of the smartest, strongest people I've ever met.
I like him a lot, yeah.
And I believe in that part of Trump's team. And look, in his first election, there was a couple times where I went against him pretty hard. And I was still always loyal, but I went against him pretty hard. And I said in this one, I'm going to let the man cook. He's made me look stupid 4 times. I don't like that. So I'm going to let the man cook. He has more information. I voted for him to do exactly this. And if he feels that this is in the best interest of the United States and the people in it, then I believe it. And I will support him until I know otherwise. And there are some things I didn't like. There's some things that I wish we got. There's some accountability issues that I thought were handled. But at the end of the day, it's not because he invited me to his Christmas party. It's because I actually believe in what he's going to do and what he is doing. And I think when it's all said and done, it takes a long time for history to be written. And I think when history is written about Donald Trump, it's going to be something that is has set us in the direction of another 250 great years. I think.
They're so. See, we have the ability to do what you just did, and that's criticize the man we all voted for and that we support. I can still, you don't end your marriage over one little spat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well,
no. So, I mean, the left just doesn't have that. It's either all or nothing. You're either completely agree with me or you're a Nazi.
Yeah.
What do we do? How do we fix that problem? It's from the government.
Giving them facts. We show them the hypocrisy in their own thought process, right? Not with vitriol, but with honesty. And we try to find that common ground. If you watch me in New Jersey, I'm like, okay, I see what you're saying there, but have you thought about this or other thing? We have to all stop with the proximity hate. That's something that's really big right now. Like, oh, you posted 4 years ago that Thomas Massey was fantastic. I hate you. I'm unfriending you or whatever. This proximity hate to things is really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
it's
agree.
denial. And it's only, people are like, well, we don't want you in MAGA. Well, I'm going to let you all know right now. Shut the fuck up. This is about addition, not subtraction. I hope that doesn't hurt your gingered feelings.
I don't think that Trump has a lot to do with like the future of MAGA. He was the catalyst that started the movement, but
I can argue that point because we have not codified any of it. That's why I said we're in deep shit when it comes to 2028. We have not codified it. And Trump himself had that if Trump was to go back in the White House in 2028, there would be a whole bunch of guys like me and Kits taking him out. That's not what our Constitution dictates.
I know it's a joke.
And I mean, we would walk him out of the building, not take out the president.
And you understand, people with common sense.
It's just a troll. I got one.
Just a trigger.
I got one right here. It's just a troll. It is
a troll.
It's just
a fantastic. Troll.
I have an alligator Alcatraz hat. It's just a joke. It's just.
Shit, all my hats are political.
But at the same time, and my wife tells me all the time because it's one of my favorite sayings that I say to other people getting involved in politics. Give them zero ammunition. And when you want the left to get fired up and be trolled and be erratic, you're giving them saying that you guys want to make him a king and make him come back in 2028. When, do you see what I'm saying? It's a good troll at one point, but we're getting close to where we need to codify what is real and what's not. And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Every time I see these no king shit, I'm just like, do you have any idea what they would do to you if they were actually a king?
Yeah.
What the fuck? It would last like 5 seconds.
But I do got to go, guys.
Sure.
Yeah, I got to go too.
No, I really appreciate your time.
I'm able to get to bed. And
I know your time is valuable.
Go pet your dog for me. He's just chilling with his butt towards us.
Baby,
check out these booties.
Yeah,
thank your wife for allowing us. Thank your wife for allowing us to steal a couple hours of your time. Elizabeth, thank you so much.
I want you to say hi to Tommy. Elizabeth standing over here. I have a plate full, like 2 pounds of meat over here. She's
all
like,
right,
bro.
Oh, I'm coming.
Tommy, I gave Tommy the speech.
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know what? Don't do this. you know? What do you know?
That trans women are men. Trans men are women.
Let's go! I love it.
Hell yeah!
I love it.
But I was talking to Tommy about how I can't do any of this, and I told you long ago when they started coming after us that if you ever said we're done,
right?
We're done.
We're done.
And when I told you the other morning, I said I'm leaving tomorrow. You're like, Jersey.
Yeah. I was not surprised when you went live from Newark. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
But Tommy, I want to tell you something.
Portland really bothered me.
Oh, Portland, Portland bothers all of us.
Yeah.
It bothers all of us.
My wife is always worried about me, but she's always 100% supports what I do.
Yeah.
So
but Tommy, I want to give you a little porn before we go.
Oh shit.
Nice.
I won that at a charity auction, and it's 1911. Says 250 years of freedom with the presidential seal on the grips. So
that's
Chad. I'm gonna show you that. Chad, I'll send you a website. My dad was a gunsmith for 40 something years.
I've got guns everywhere. I mean,
yeah, you might.
I'm all about it. But I thank you guys so much for having me.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
I hope you had good numbers. I hope
we did.
Yeah.
Pissed off either way.
Everybody
awesome.
Loved it. I mean,
I hope we pissed off everybody.
Trolls, there's always trolls.
Between the three of us, we have all the trolls. I think we have a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I mean, unless Cam Higby's here, then it's a whole nother deal.
Yeah, well, we're trying to get him too. I'd love to get everybody on. I mean, honestly, one at a time.
Talk to Cam and see if they come on.
Well, you guys keep doing it. Keep plugging away at it. You guys did a good job setting it all up as one of the greatest thumbnails I've ever been put on.
Good. He's pretty good at the thumbnails.
Hell yeah, I'm pretty good with that.
This asshole thinks he is.
Yeah.
Watch that.
Nice.
Thing for when I was on, that was my media. Is I'd be like,
oh yeah,
do the eyebrow thing. But
nice. Well, thank you so much, man.
I love all of you guys.
Love you too, man.
That I get to come back up there and we can all go and hang out or whatever. But you guys were all so good to me. I have so many friends I still talk to up there, and I'm proud of all of you. Stop bullshitting the fight with each other. Remember, addition matters, and make sure that you hone your message. By honing your message, you will win. I promise you, because I know the passion and need for all of you to be successful in what you're doing, and I support you in any way I can. So thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Chad. We love you, bro.
Thank you guys for joining us for Town Hall Tuesday. Don't forget next week we have William Wheating. Also tomorrow's the wrestling show. Yeah.
No, that's a different Will.
No, that's a different Will. No, not Will Tifa. That's Titty Man. Then Thursday we're gonna do the podcast, the Patriot panel. We're gonna talk to Zach X about his city council run. For now, I'm going to pick a couple people to raid. Tommy, who you raiding?
I picked MDG Gaming.
Is there anybody on Rumble? MDG Gaming.
Unfiltered and Raw, or else I would have.
Okay.
Because, I want to say, is Unfiltered and Raw live?
Okay, we're going to raid MDG Gaming, so he'll plug my birthday stream.
Unfiltered and Raw live?
And we're going to do that. Confirm raid, right? And then we're on YouTube. We're going to go... We're gonna go edit, customs, add, and we're gonna go. Who are we doing here?
Patriot. Oh, it's scheduled. He's not live yet.
I'm gonna raid either Chris Sims or
I'm
Pretend Media.
MDG.
Crucible, Chris Sims. Well, I rated MDG on Rumble. You know what? Let's just flood MDG. Fuck him. He's a good guy.
He is live. It says scheduled. Hold on.
Oh, he's a good guy. Okay, we're
don't end it yet. Hold on.
Okay.
Because I just got the new
Ginger Shepherd. I was just joking. I would never do that.
My whole new tripod set up.
Oh, cool.
Because it's gonna be great.
Yeah, that's who that troll was before.
Oh, he's live now. He just started.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
He probably heard you say you're gonna rate him.
Schedule. Okay, so he's already live. All right.
Cool. All right, you just let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm good. All right.
Okay.
God bless you guys.
Thank you for watching, guys. Hey, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Peace.
Bitches.